What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a beautiful Monday. Beautiful Monday. It's so good to be back in the lab with you guys tonight for another reaction. Tonight's going to be a little bit different because we're going to have a conversation here. We won't be long, but we're definitely going to be strong. Thank everybody for being here. Thank you for hitting the like button and subscribe button as you come in. I see we got people coming in, so hit that like button, subscribe button, hit the share button, right? Because that's very important for the algorithm. Hit the share button. I would love to see you in the chat. Let's make the chat undefeated tonight as well. So thank you guys again for being here, because this is a deep conversation to have, because there's so many people out here that are taking one thing for another, and we're not going to continue to do that. We're not going to continue to take it. We're not going to continue to sit here and act like things are not reality. That's just not what we're going to do. We're going to definitely face it. We're going to definitely talk about it. We're going to definitely have some accountability on both ends of it here. So again, thank you guys for being here. Georgia is beating the dog hell out of TCU. So I don't think I'm going to be watching that no more tonight. So, yep, that's the end of that. All right, guys. So, again, we have John the Baptist here tonight. He is in the chat. John the Baptist, thank you for being here. He said, truth hurts is my vote. That is correct, man. I agree with you 100, 100, 100, 100%. All right. Let me see here. Give me just a second. Guys, while you guys are here, if you want to join the channel, please join the channel. And be a part of the channel. If you want to give a Cash App, please give a Cash App. You see the Cash App running at the bottom of the screen right now. There it is. And if you want to give a super chat, go ahead and give a super chat. And if you did give a super chat, you'll get something like this for your super chat. So here we go. All right, John the Baptist, man. John the Baptist, $50, brother. I appreciate you, man. You are the sponsor of the show tonight. Thank you for that $50 super chat. I appreciate you, my guy. All right, so I'll give you something else, my brother. I'll give you some sweet J Moss here. Thank you for that, and then we'll go ahead and start the show. Thank you for sponsoring the show tonight so far, guy, with that super chat of $50. Appreciate you, my guy.
That's fine. You will give me jam, baby. I ain't going nowhere. Chilling right here. Me and her rip jam on the track, chillin' with the pocket queen. No, you weren't expecting this, so not like this. Nah, to the hook, no. Ain't that like when I sing freestyle? Ain't that like when I do it 3 times? You ain't even do the best, You ain't even know the best, The mic and the melody comes on, the rhythm to hold on. We can't let it go, no. Ain't that like when I do it 3 times? That's funny.
All right, man. Thank you for that again for that $50 super chat, guys. Hey, listen, he already started it tonight, man. If you appreciate this channel and what we're doing here, man, go ahead and send your super chat at the bottom of the screen. If you want to send a super chat, if you want to send a Cash App, send that as well. If you want to join the channel, do that as well, man. We appreciate anything that you give. $50, $2, or $1. That's fine. All right. So We got Detroit in the house. Jay Moss, yeah, What We Know podcast, man. Thank you for being here tonight as well. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and hop right into the show. I got my family in the building tonight. You already know my circle runs deep. We work hard and we never sleep. Let's get everybody in here tonight. First of all, I want to bring the queen of the house in here first. Y'all already know, man. Listen, when I turn this camera on, y'all about to behave yourselves, okay? Because she finna come in here hard tonight. Here we go. Queen Smiley's in the building tonight. Looking as beautiful as ever. How you doing, Sugarfoot?
I am doing well.
Good. Recovering from COVID. Now you're looking as wonderful. Girl, if this is the look of the recovery from COVID, shit, somebody gonna be trying to
everybody needs to get COVID. You hear me? Somebody trying to go catch
your
COVID.
name. All right. So we're gonna bring in the Rooster is in the building tonight. Let's give it up for Ty Roots. He's in here tonight.
Hey, good evening.
What's going on, man? All right, man. Listen, we got another baldy in here tonight. Give it up for my brother. You know him as JT, but you know his other guy, Mr. Ha. He's in the building tonight. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? So you guys are the only ones here so far. So, guys, listen. I had some things transpire today. JT, you know it already.
I know about it. Yes, sir.
So today, my family decided to start a text message thread. Talking about my content, and that my content is basically trash, and that it's gonna be going on for a few days. But my trash is trash. I need to paint myself white because I hate black people. I hate black women. I hate. It's just a whole plethora of things. I screenshot it all and just send it out to everybody, to all my circle. And so we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about, they say that all I do is bash black women and I hate black women. That's what they say. That's what the family members were saying. And so I want to address that. All right. Because I know some of you guys probably, I know JT, you probably have dealt with that too with your content. I'm pretty sure you have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you have. Queen Smiley, you probably have dealt with some crap where people say, hey, you shouldn't say some of the things that you say when you're defending people.
First off, ain't nobody bold enough to come to me and check me.
I know. I understand. So my. We got DL Saint in the building tonight. What's going on, my boy?
It was good, people. How y'all feeling?
Good. So we had the $50 super chat from John the Baptist. Thank you so much, guys. We got Doreen in the house tonight. She says, hey, Black Men and Panel, what's going on, girl? That's a cool lady right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we got Lady Navoa. She said, hit that like button, BMU and fam and chat fam. Let's go. Let's get it. All right, so we got Chastity Wells in the house. Hey, stranger, what's going on, girl? She said, family will do it to you. They absolutely 100% will. All right, Lady Navoa is still chatting it up in the chat, keeping the chat live. All right, DL Saint is in the building. We got JT, we got the Rooster in here, and we got Queen Smiley in the building tonight. So listen. So I want to talk about that because they say that I hate black women, or black men in a general hate black women, and we bash black women. Now, the name of the show tonight is Black Men Hate Black Women, Black Men Bash Black Women, or Does the Truth Hurt? So I want to start. I want to get you guys' idea about the title and everything that we've talked about so far. We'll start with the Queen first. Queen Smiley.
Well, I'm gonna go with the latter. The truth hurt. I'm not gonna say, because I listen to your content, I watch your reels and your videos, and one of them I messaged you a couple times.
You did.
Every time I feel like, boy, you a mess. You know, some of the stuff, and it's funny the way you do it. But there's some truth to it, and I say some truth because some of the stuff you're sharing, those are actual events, those are actual things that's happening. Now, will I go as far as saying you hate black women and black men hate black women and all this other stuff, and you so negative and all of that? No, I'm not gonna agree to that at all. Do you shed some light on some terrible situations? Yes. Are there sometimes more terrible situations than, you know, the fuzzy, heartfelt things? Yes. You know, our I'm gonna call it our dating pool, because that's what a lot of the things that they're talking about. The dating pool for all ages right now suck. There are some crappy people out there, and when you call them out, you know, a hit dog gonna holler.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Rooster, what are your thoughts?
Watching.
Rooster. You muted, bro. You muted.
From my personal experience growing up, man, this has always been a dicey subject because, I'm multiracial,
Yeah.
primarily Black Puerto Rican, and boy, have I had some people say some not so nice things to me, and it's been mostly my fellow Black men who's been the nastiest. But one, I don't think you don't hate Black women. I've never gotten that vibe, but overall, it's a balance. It's two things is both true. Some Black men have a problem with disrespecting Black women or putting all their hurt onto them, and then there's some truth to that. You know what I mean? There's always a mixture.
Exactly. I appreciate that, Rooster. DL Saint, what are your thoughts on the title tonight and what you've heard so far?
I look forward to getting into this conversation, man. Shout out to everybody in the panel. Queen, good to see you. Good. I'm glad you're feeling well. I agree with Black Man Unfiltered. If this is, I just got over COVID, look, man, somebody stick me with some COVID. You know what I mean? I'm trying to...
I had to go to campus today, y'all. I do be looking a little ghetto ratchet, but when I have to put a little splat on something,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, JT, man, what are your thoughts on the title, man, and what we're talking about so far, brother? You muted, so I want to tell you that before you.
And real quick, I don't think you hate Black women at all. Just to kind of I don't think you hate Black women at all. And I think it's a combination of kind of both what you're saying. I think a lot of people are just really upset with the mirror being held up in their face. There are a lot of people out there who, I'm talking about the girl power movement, the feminist movement.
Right.
There are women out there now who are, at the end, and they've been chasing excellence, and they got money, and they got wealth, and they got clout, and they got a whole bunch of pictures on Instagram of them doming dudes and getting smashed, getting their backs blown out. They got everything but a man. I think we're gonna start looking at that and seeing. I know the banks are looking at that. Stanley Morgan's looking at that because what is it? 45% of women between the ages of 18 and 28 or 42 or something like that gonna be single by 2030.
Yep.
Hey.
Exactly, bro. JT, your thoughts?
Absolutely. First and foremost, hell no, there's no hate when it comes down to Black women and all of that. I've been hearing this for like 12 years now, where when you start speaking up about the misconduct of women, Black women is specific, and when you show it, it's funny that people can ignore the actual thing that you're showing, but they can go right to you and tell you that you are misogynistic. When we already know, and the men, and that's pretty much right now they're saying that any time that you speak against the behavior of women, young women, older women, whatever, they saying that it's misogynistic, when everybody is pretty much, well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but the majority of people are ignoring the misandry that's going on right now with women and men, and specifically towards Black men. So we'll talk about it.
I mean, I see somebody echoing. I see a familiar name, Kawanda Gordon, in here tonight. I feel so good when I feel a hometown spirit in my presence. I go a little crazy over here. But I want to read her comment here. Kiwanda says, I think men share from their perspective, and we women miss the fact and take it personal. However, men these days are bitter. My opinion. All right. Now I will address that comment from the beautiful Kiwanda Gordon. She comes from a very good stock of beautiful women. So I will say this. Yes, men are bitter. I will admit men are bitter, but there's a reason. There's a severe reason why. There's a lot of teddy bears out here that got turned into grizzly bears. Can we agree on that? There's a lot of men that were so sweet and loving and caring, and they got ran over and they got ran over and forgave. Then one day they just came home and said, I don't want to give anymore. And they turned into a grizzly bear. And now they're bitter, they're mean, they're that guy. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in my own family. It happened to me. It happened to my brother. It happened to a lot of other men that I know, that you were just sweet and you were just simping for your wife, right? Which is a good thing with your wife. Echo that. But when it's not your wife and a woman drag you and put you up in a tree and let you swing like strange fruit. Yeah, that's real bad. Queen Smiley, send it to her. Send her the link. I would love to have her up here. But yeah, so that's my thought on that. But JT.
Yes, sir.
Were you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I would like to say something about Sister Gordon's statement, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Sister Gordon, I mean, I don't know y'all. Look forward to meeting you. Please come up on the panel. We definitely need more. We need 2023, y'all. We need more sisters on the panel. Y'all hear me? We need more sisters on the panel. Y'all, I mean, we need to communicate, y'all. Damn, women love to communicate, but they hate coming up on these panels. So anyway,
I know I'm working.
I know you are, bro. I know you are. I would say, yeah, men. You know, these males today are bitter. You know what I mean? They're bitter because they're in their feelings. And they were taught to be in their feelings by this new society that we're in, right? Y'all want men who feel. Well, you got them. They feeling. These males are out here feeling. They're getting their feelings. They don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I think the biggest problem is the best thing you can do for your little boy or nephew or nephew or cousin or whatever, punch him in the face. Men need to know what that feel like. Get punched in the mouth one time. Learn how to be a man. Because we ain't supposed to be in our feelings like that. So, ladies, we got this society that's touchy-feely, giving boys drugs so they don't run around in class and don't climb trees. All right, this is what you want. And then I wanted to dovetail on what Brother Black Man was saying. I said this I probably said this on this platform before. I know I've said it on Suzette Speaks platform. Shout out to Suzette Speaks. And I've said it on my platform. Every time I pursued a woman and I was the good guy, listening to her needs, anticipating her needs, her wants, her everything. I was trying to be the guy that everyone in Disney movies and romantic comedies said you should be. And I wanted to do that too. Put that in there. I enjoy treating a woman in my life that I love that way. Every time I did that, y'all, I got wrecked. Every single time. But every time I went in there like a G, every time I went in there like, back in Cincinnati, we had this song called Pimp Daddy. Y'all need to find that. Pimp Daddy. Yo, Pimp Daddy. Yo, every time I did that, come on now, success rate probably in the 90 percentile. You know what I mean? So, hey.
Here's why. And I want to touch on that because, yeah, there are some bitter black men. And, of course, we can always say, oh, it's black men and black women. But we're talking about black men tonight. So, ladies, y'all know y'all ghetto most days. I love y'all. I'm a black woman. I've had my ghetto days, right? To where we found the sweet DLs and we treated them like trash because we were never truly into them. And we talked about this before on panels. And I've told y'all before, protect yourselves at all times. People show themselves to you well in advance. We just have to stay on guard. We have to stay on guard and stay watchful. And this is where black men have fallen short for many, many years. The whole potential word, right? Everybody got potential. Oh, she's a baddie. I like this. You know, the first couple conversations are going good, you know, and you see yourself being with this individual. However, they start showing you signs of who they truly are. And guess what we do? Y'all brush it off several times saying, oh, it's just this. Oh, it was just a bad day. Oh, y'all, we make excuses for people and we got to stop. And so now here it is. It's the after effect of all the excuses we made for black women. Of course, because society make a lot of them. We as black women make a lot of excuses for each other, and we give each other all these passes. And now, here it is: the rubber's meeting the road, and so the damage is done at this point because you've allowed individuals to have an opportunity in your space, in your life, and you didn't trust your own intuitions. You didn't trust your gut. You didn't trust that what they were showing you was true. You knew she was Dusty DL, okay? By her behaviors. JT, you know them too, right? Tarus, before you met your queen, guess what? Even your queen now, she probably was a little dusty initially, and you probably had to check some stuff, okay? But if it's not checked at the door, guess what? People gonna continue to treat you the way you allow them to treat you. Can't nobody hurt you. You hurt yourself by dealing. Can't nobody do nothing to you that you don't allow to happen. And so that's a lot of that accountability that we as individuals hate to do. We hate to hold ourselves accountable because we found ourselves in these broken relationships, setting off these broken individuals. And guess what? We should have been let that go. We should have been asked God to prune that person out of our lives, that situation out of our lives. But guess what we keep doing? We keep holding on, hoping that at some point they're gonna love us or give us the same energy that we're pouring into them. And right now in the dating pool, it ain't out there. You're not gonna get back your return on investment. Please don't look forward.
Yep.
And so now we're holding women accountable. Now we're holding men accountable. And guess what? Everybody crying. How you gonna say that? Because you say a blanket statement, and guess what? Like Miss Gordon said, Kiwi, what's up? That's my big sis. I love her. Anywho, change your name in the chat to Kiwi. That's what you need to come in as Kiwi. So as Kiwi said, that's what tends to happen. You have damaged people out there, and you see it all the time. when you make a blanket statement and they take it personal because they know themselves. They've looked in the mirror. Somebody's already told them before. They see that situation, and that's the mess. It's like going to church. And the moment you go to church and the pastor get to preach, you say, "Ooh, he talking to me."
Mm-hmm.
Every time you put a reel out there, every time y'all post a video, every time y'all share some content, guess what? Somebody say, "Ooh, he talking to me. I can't stand him." Sorry, tell.
Exactly. And what I want to share with some people, because when we react, we're gonna react, right? And so what I want to share is some of the things that I'm getting some flack over, and my reels are causing some issues, and I love it. People don't like them reels.
That's how you get visibility now.
Yeah, they don't.
I mean,
like
you ain't get in trouble though, did you? You ain't get in trouble. No, what kind of issues you talking about?
No. Issues as far as from females DMing me, telling me that that my content is trash because they don't know black women that act that way, have attitudes, and treat their men bad. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. There's no such thing. Women have a right to express themselves, and women express themselves.
That's that entitlement. You're gonna make me come out these glasses. What my fan at, Lord?
One of the young ladies said, "What if I cuss my man out? Why he can't be man enough to just take it and forgive me later?" What? Oh yeah, I got it right here. I got a screenshot.
See women.
Yeah, that's what.
this that stuff right here.
Yeah. They want. That's what they want.
I'm a hit dog. I can't take damage. People, Yeah. That just hurt me. Ooh, that hurt.
Yeah, that's what they want though. They want a man that they can beat to death, and then he'll still stand and say, "You know what, baby, I love you. You can cuss me out as much as you want to. You are my everything." So this is the first one.
I'm gonna say, tell Maria to come over here. Tell Maria Consuela to come over here after I stand up after that beating.
So real quick, I just want to respond to red, black, and green. RBG said, "If you date smart, does that help?" Heck no.
Hell no.
You got some stupid smart people out there.
Yeah, because see, what happens is, you know how you used to get a job when you were a kid, 16, 17, some grown people, when you get a job and you in the first 4, 5, 6 weeks you working your ass off, and then you find out the loopholes where you don't have to do much work and you calm down and you change and you go to the person who you truly are. Yeah, that's how they are. They put on the front. But guys, if you want to go watch these reels and these shorts, please go and do that. I have a whole bunch of them here, but I do want to start with this one I just posted about 3 hours ago. This is the one that started all the it. So here we go. I'm gonna play this one first. Here we go. See if it'll. Hold on. Ladies say what I've been telling the truth about for the longest. Here we go.
The biggest mistake Black women are making is we don't know how to shut up.
Women tend to think that once they get their money up, it erases their past. Now all of a sudden they can't settle. She got Jerome, Dwayne, and Pookie's kids. She has a reputation and a bad attitude. He's not even in shape, so I'm guessing she wants him to settle.
I love you, Black man.
I know, baby. Is there something else?
And I love you, Black man. From the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, you are the lion of the jungle, but this world has painted you as sheep. And I can see your glory. I can hear the roar that has been suppressed. This world can't handle your rule. That's why they try to keep you oppressed.
Well, what I got to worry about, yes. They say I...
You muted, bro.
You
You
are
muted.
you are so childish. Just so you know, I know you can hear
Yeah.
me, but you're very.
What are you? And so, what are your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, jeez.
Well, let
Look,
me.
look at Rooster.
I
Rooster.
did.
Rooster. I know my boy Rooster getting ready. He moving. He moving in his chair. Go ahead, somebody. Go ahead. Who else want to go first? Go
But
ahead.
it was definitely something. I thought it was smart how you did that, how you put those
Yeah.
together. It was something that was positive first and foremost, you know. So, I mean, there's nothing. If that got somebody up, if that got somebody's panties in a bunch, then they just looking to be triggered. That's it.
Yeah.
Looking to be triggered.
Yeah, because my thing is, you say black men are bashing black women. But at the beginning of that video, I said that they say I do that, but let's listen to some black women that are saying the same thing that I'm saying. And then as soon as I said that and posted that, guess what the messages turned into? Those are pick me bitches. Those are women that want to be picked. Those are women. Those are women that are getting paid to speak against women. Those are dumbass women because women have been through too much to be sitting on TV saying that women need to shut their mouths. So now you went from I'm bashing black women, I hate them, and then you hear a black woman say it. Oh, she's a pick me. She's a whore. She want to be picked. She's this, she's that. So which one is it?
Well, I think you can criticize the belief without calling them a pick me, right? It's just like some women are just more traditionally geared versus modern women. Like you could have a different flavor and not be a pick me.
Exactly.
Look, hey, look, guys, you
They
guys
should
are going
they
to say
should
some
own
shit. Let me give you guys a fair warning. You guys might find out the hard way why especially my chocolate bunnies love me so much, because it sounds like I'm going to be standing for them a lot because I love black women, bro. And I love especially my dark-skinned black women, bro. So y'all probably going to get some heat if this conversation going the way I think it is.
Well, you know what? It's cold outside, so I need a little heat to warm my hands up.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
all I'm gonna say this, I'm like Chris Rock, man. I love black people, but I hate
country,
niggas.
bro. And
see the thing
I put up
is,
with this shit all the time.
See the thing is, what I'm guilty of, guys, and what I used to be guilty of until I had to mature up a little bit. What I'm guilty of is Queen Smiley alluded to this as well. So did my wife. That you can't broad stroke all women in the same box. You have to understand that there are women out here that will support you, love you, and nurture you in the way. And I told my wife, well, overall, you're right. I told Queen Smiley, overall, yes, you are right. And the reason that men talk like that and it seems like they're putting women into a box is because those women are few and far between. When I say that, you have three types of women. You have the ones that show you that they're ratchet. You got the ones that hide that they're ratchet. And then you got the ones that are professional ratchet. So as you're getting into the relationship, a lot of men say, damn, the first year in, sex was off the chain. We having sex like rabbits. We traveling. We doing good. And then as soon as I said, I do, nigga, fuck you. Right? And then dudes like, wait, whoa, where does behavior come from? Oh my God. Whoa. Right? And then it seems like men get a little stuck in those situations. However, these women are not lying. I had a whole bunch of women. You're right, but I couldn't slide all of them into a 1 minute clip. But the thing that I love right now, like Queen Smiley, she did the women's show last month, and she alluded to it. She said she looked at the camera and said, "You women are," and I like when women do it because you can't blame men for noticing it because women are noticing the same behavior. Right? So when Queen Smiley looked in that camera and said, yes, y'all are acting like trash. Yes, y'all are acting like y'all not acting like women. Yes, y'all are selfish. And when she alluded to that, and then when you see these other women standing in the gap for the good women, because what's happening is this. There's a lot of good women out there being overlooked because of the bad women. And they're tired of it. A lot of women are saying, I'm a good woman, I'm a wife, and these ratchet hoes are not going to become the premise of what these men think that we are. So we're going to start standing up and calling them out. So now these black women on these YouTube channels, I love it. They're calling them out. You're ratchet. You're loud. Men, we're here. We're not them.
And I ain't no pick me. I ain't no pick me woman.
That's what they're gonna call you, though.
They can call me what they want to call me. Just don't call me late at night because I'm gonna be busy. You understand?
I like that Queen Smiley.
But let me say this. Um, here's the crazy part. You know, these women aren't pick me women, and Taru said it earlier. Some women just have different values.
Oh,
You know,
somebody echoing. Hold on just a second.
yeah, I'm echoing. I don't know who it is, but you know,
Okay.
people. You know, women have different. You know, some of us are traditional, some of us are modern, some of us are a good merge, right? And so we value what we value as individuals, and that's just point blank. Um, RBG, you funny. You crack me up. But and so that's the biggest thing. And we're not pick me up women because we're not looking to be picked up when we're just telling the truth. What we're doing is just shedding the light on the fact that some of us really need to get our stuff together, and
Mhm.
some of us really need to look in the mirror. It's time to do. It's time to start doing self-reflecting. We have to start looking in the mirror and owning our truths, and that's what a lot of people choose not to do. So when I say things like women, y'all tripping, women, y'all like that's the truth of the matter. You know, I'm not trying to do it to get no clout. I don't need nobody to validate me because my no is a no. I don't care if you catch me on an unfiltered night and my no is heck no, you know, or you catch me on one of those Talk That Talks Tuesdays and I'm smiling saying, oh no, that's not for me. You know, either way, it's a no is a no. And so period, point blank, not saying it to be, you know, to pick no side, you know, if I'm making myself clear. So, and those women aren't saying it to pick a side. They're saying it because that's the truth of the
That's the
matter,
truth of the matter.
you know.
Exactly.
And the truth hurts sometimes, especially when you're one of those women who think that you can talk to a man as reckless as we do and think that that's okay just because he accepts it. And for the
Right.
men out here that's accepting that garbage, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You
Exactly.
know, in the
Exactly.
words of Tarus, pick your stuff up off the floor.
Exactly.
You
And
know,
that's one of the things you know that bother me, that the women that are talking about this are the women that experience the most hell because they bring it on themselves.
come on, T-Shawn. T-Shawn, T-Shawn, you better cam up one of these days. T-Shawn just said it in the chat. Some of the hurt women have experienced
I just said it.
from men,
Yep.
you
Have been
know, and it's been
self-inflicted.
self-inflicted.
Right. And you know
You
what?
think you can treat people like this, and this is people, period. For
Yes.
any and everybody out here that's watching this, if you really believe you can put out that negative BS that you put in the atmosphere and you not gonna get that back in your life, keep living.
And you know what?
So exactly what are
Go
they
ahead,
supposed
Travis.
to
Go ahead.
do if you get a lot of women that's been brought up in that kind of environment? How do you break them out of that echo chamber? How do you break them
You
out of that
can't break
cycle?
nobody out of nothing. They're gonna
Yeah,
have to
you
break
can.
themselves
I
out of
wouldn't be
that.
here if you couldn't break that out.
Sweetie, understand this. You have had to do the work yourself. Somebody can believe in you all day long, but guess what? If you're not willing to put forth the effort, if you're not willing to do the work as well, guess what? Can't nobody do nothing for you.
No, and that's
Somebody can
crazy because
encourage you,
the
somebody can
statistics
tell
say
you
that black
whatever.
women are out here killing it. So
Yeah,
that's why
yeah,
I don't
yeah, yeah,
understand the
yeah, but
negativity around it, because
right.
the statistics in real life say that black women are out here killing it in this country.
Yeah,
And
Killing
so
But
I
what's
don't
what?
get
killing
the
it though? I mean,
negativity.
wait. What's
Hold
killing
on,
it?
Hold on.
I mean,
What's killing it
explain
though?
killing it.
If we're talking about
Explain killing
education
it.
though, at the end of the
education,
day,
getting
hold
a
on.
career, still being
Right.
able, still being able to raise their kids despite the fact that they
No,
got a lot of these
no.
ain't shit dudes.
Ain't
Like
no woman,
black
ain't no
women, if
woman
that's the
giving
one
herself
thing, black
100% to
women,
no
if that's the
career
one
and
thing
being
I
a
could
good mama.
criticize y'all on, y'all could literally hop on the
That,
public transit bus, go like this and pick out a better guy, because some of y'all just lay up with some ain't shit dudes. That's the thing I need y'all to do a better vetting process. Other than that,
No,
black women, y'all
you're
killing
not
it
going to
out
be
here,
able to
bro.
vet. You're not going to be able to vet on any of this shit.
Ain't no,
This is
yeah.
what we having a problem with. This is, let's keep it where we
Well,
at.
That
First and
talk.
foremost,
let's
black
let's.
men.
I was gonna say
What's
let's
going
walk
on?
it back, bro. Let's walk it back because let's walk it back because before we lose that good point there.
Yes.
You know what I
yes.
mean? Brother Charus named some good things, and everybody was with him until he said that career in being mama. Right? Can we talk about that for a moment?
What? I mean, dude, I've already had this conversation with y'all, and sometimes it sucks repeating myself. But I'm gonna
Look,
tell
I'm not
every
gonna ask you
woman,
You
to
ain't,
repeat
black
yourself.
woman,
I'm a
Latino
woman and
woman,
let me
Asian
speak on
woman,
it.
white women, do not wait around for these dudes to get their shit together, because if you wait around, you're gonna be broke as fuck.
this is
Let me
All right,
tell you
get your
something.
that's where
shit,
the
Two
problem.
different
get your
That's
things,
where the
shit
Taru.
problem
together.
is.
I'm a
Get your
woman. Let
shit,
me
no,
speak
because
on
if
it.
you wait around with these dudes, a lot of these dudes is busted, and you're gonna be settling.
so
Bro,
hold on. So let me say this real quick. I'm gonna let Queen Smiley cook and JT too, because I know he about to bust a pipe over there. Let me say this, bro. Now you see the energy that you're putting into down the black men that's saying that the black men are trash, right?
Yeah, bro.
Why can't we
'Cause
put that
my
same?
black grandma, I seen how they came
Hold on.
Yeah,
You
bro,
finish?
this is personal. It's
Hold
getting
on.
personal.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it's anecdotal. We're talking about
It's
something that's
anecdotal.
real.
We're talking about a general thing here. But watch this. We're talking about black men, black men, black men, black men, black men, black men, black men. Women, black men have a responsibility to their families, and women have a responsibility to their husband and their families as well. And we can't sit here and
Isn't
act
all of
like
our experience anecdotal though?
we can't sit here and act like these women. We can't sit here and act like, because when you talk, Rooster, you know, we brothers, we can chop it up later. But when we talk about these conversations, bruh, it sounds like the women are just angelic, and the only reason they have problems is because the man created it.
No, they not angelic, bro. But again, I just see so many mistakes that dude makes that I can't just. I just can't be worried
what
about
the hell are you
doing,
talking
bro.
about?
You know what I mean? I've just seen too many
let's
ancient
go.
dudes out here, bro, that just moving the wrong way.
I really want to put it in perspective, though. I really want to put it in perspective.
Well, no, we got. Remember, it was Queen. It was Queen.
Go
Queen
ahead,
JT.
JT. Look, I wrote my 3 points down, so go ahead,
go ahead,
JT.
go ahead.
So this is the thing. Let's talk about what Black Man was just saying. Was he talking about the hate of black women, or was he talking about the behavior of black women?
Come on now, JT. My points wrote down.
So when you talking about that, let's talk about that. They're talking about bashing. Can anybody give me, in that perspective, a definition of bashing? You're on mute.
Well, in our community, bashing and hating seems to be similes, right? They're synonyms.
No, bashing doesn't exist.
Now we want to go with
it doesn't exist.
Definition?
No. I said it doesn't exist. I'm saying that it doesn't exist when they're putting it in that perspective. When you have men and women that's talking about the behavior of men and women. See, we get backlash when we talk about women. We don't get backlash when we talk about men. Matter of fact, it could be a man that did something, get killed, and everybody say he deserved it. It'll be a woman to do the similar thing. She get killed. You didn't have to kill her. It wasn't that serious.
It wasn't correct. Yes or no? Did you not bring up your personal
about is the behavior?
Why you named the thread the way it is?
What?
The reason I named the thread the way it is, I talked about
because you got personal messages, aka anecdotal evidence.
No,
right, that y'all guys just criticized me for, and that's why you made this topic, correct?
But hold on a second. Not only, I have that. You're right. You're correct. However, however, we also have this where this is okay. So Tyrese, I want to hear this from you. Then I'm gonna let JT finish and Queen Smiler come up the rear with, and everybody else get in here. What do you say to the women that have platforms right now that are saying the very same thing that men are saying about black women's behavior? What would you say if you were on a panel and you heard black women saying you're out of line, you're stupid, you don't take care of your kids, you don't do well, you don't do that? What would you say to that woman that's talking to women like what you saying?
Probably nothing, because when I come across those videos, they're
go ahead.
Probably nothing, because when I come across those videos or circumstances on social media, they're typically talking directly to somebody that's applicable to, right? So when, like, for example, one of the big examples that I actually agree with that she caught a lot of backlash was when Monique made that comment about black women and coming in the airport with the bonnets and everything like that. That was directed at the women who did that. Guess what? As somebody who travels, most black women don't travel like that. So that was a very select fringe group of black women, a minority percentage of black women that Monique is specifically talking to, that's applicable to and is correct.
Tyrese, you're lying.
Right?
You're lying.
How you mean I'm lying?
You're lying, bro. Do you know we got it was just something. I was just looking at some girl was in her pajamas and her damn bonnet going to the fucking store. Do you know how many do you know how many of these women, these young women, are walking out here right now? You can go to a store.
Let's take them to Atlanta.
They're walking around.
Okay, but what's the difference between a black woman doing that and a white woman doing the same thing?
This is the thing. It is a bad thing, and this is why I didn't want to. Wait, hold on. This is why I didn't want. Hold on, man.
That's the only difference.
This is why I wanted to go right back to what we was talking about. This ain't got nothing to do with dating right now. We can't even get to the dating part no more. That shit is, the dating shit is fucked. What we're talking about is the generation, the younger generation that's out here, and they're out here procreating with children, and they're bringing that same behavior onto the children. It's just like when we saw it in the 90s, how bad the behavior was. It's even worse now. We're at a real bad part now. In the 90s, it was bad. In the 80s, it was bad, but not as bad as it is right now. There's no way that you can sit back and talk about the women are killing it right now. Right now, they ain't killing shit. Only thing they doing is killing families. They're just they're killing
I see
families.
a lot of black men on the block are killing families. I don't see
There's a whole bunch of them, but we've been talking about that. We've been talking about this since the 80s.
Hey, JT, watch this, JT. JT, I wish I would have uploaded this video tonight, but I don't want to get a strike by using somebody else's stuff. A black attorney, a black female attorney just put, I'm going to send y'all the link. A black female attorney just got online, bro. Oh, all the men went crazy. You know how they said that black men are the most violent toward black women? This black attorney got online and said it has switched. 45% of women are being abused. 54% of men are being abused by women. And then she went down the list. Hold on. She went down the list of men. She went down the list of men that she stood in for as a lawyer for them. One woman stabbed her husband 4 times because he didn't wash dishes. One woman shot her husband because he didn't take her to the store. One woman got an ice pick and stabbed her husband in his sleep. One woman got a gun and shot her husband up. These men were being abused by their women, and these women are in jail right now. You know why? Because they had witnesses. Neighbors seen the woman punching him in the face, throwing and hitting him in the back of the head with a brick. And while he sleeps, she lighting her cigarettes and putting it on his skin while he sleep. And he got hidden cameras in the house, and he caught her ass. He got visual evidence that she's sticking cigarettes to his ass while he sleep. These are brutal, mean, evil ass women. They are, and they're beating their husbands and kicking their asses. And these men are not saying that because they know they're going to be laughed at. They know they're going to be laughed at. Know the police are going to come and be like, oh.
And they can go to the male abuse center. Oh wait,
there's
only one.
One in America.
I mean, but hey, guys, I want to introduce for the first time on the panel. Me and her shared a panel together, had a great conversation. I'm so glad she's here tonight. I got her in the building tonight. Give it up. What's going on, girl?
What's up? You was on fire last time I seen you. I was like, I gotta show up.
Man, so this is Dating to Marriage Support. So she's all about marriage and relationships as well. So I'm glad that you're here, Lady Di. It is so good to see you. Thank you for being here.
I got a question for her. I had it in my notes. Wow, perfect.
With Queen Smiley, put the ladies up here. All right, at the top up here. All right, there we go. So I mean, those women it's changed. 45% of women in the abuse range. Now it's 54% of men. And for that reason, she said in the video that women have become way more aggressive toward men, and they're shooting them, stabbing them,
running them over with cars. Y'all want to see that one?
Right. Oh, you don't want to go to the store and get no milk? Okay.
Hit him in the head with bowling balls.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get no milk. Go ahead, take your nap, baby. And he felt a sharp pain in the back of his head. She hit him in the head with the brick.
Yeah, like there was a woman in Cincinnati was mad at her baby daddy, so she gonna run him over with the car. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio, outside of a grocery store.
Yeah, ran over with the van. Yeah, I saw it.
Ran him over and then ran over and killed an innocent bystander.
Yep.
And then while the one man is out there giving his last breath, she run up to the baby daddy and start beating him. This is all on film. And guess what? One of the babies was in the car while she was doing all this. Now, I'm not saying men aren't horrible. I'm not saying that. And to Brother Teruz's argument, I mean, we could definitely get into it, but it's 2 things I wanted to do. I wanted to get back to the women are killing it part. I wanted to get back to that. Yep. Because we touched on it, but then we just jumped right off that lily pad. It's like, listen, there's a lot there. You know what I mean? That I think we should be able to tap into. But since we have a sister on the panel who's all about marriage and stuff like that, just real quick, I just wanted to say that I believe there are more good people than bad out there. I think we see the bad. The bad has a bigger impact, but I think there are more good people than bad. Unfortunately for old folks like me, I didn't keep what the good people I had with me, so I seem to be left over as the bad. But I want to ask this to the ladies on the panel. I think it's hard for men, or would you agree that it's hard for men to take a chance on, the relationship, on marriage, on having children, because of the court system that we have today in our society? I was wondering what you guys thought about that.
Okay, so
Ask that question one more time.
Do you guys believe, that women believe, or would you accept the fact that possibly it's hard for men to want to, like, everyone's been hurt, but it's hard for men to set that aside and try to have a relationship with a woman, like to do the long-term thing, to have the kids and everything else, because of the system that we have in place, our family court system. Because every man in America understands that if you go through that system, there's a really good chance you're going to get wrecked if you choose the wrong person. So I'm just curious of y'all thoughts on that, because everyone's like, men are backing up and all that. Do you guys believe that maybe that has something to do with it, or is that the major cause? Or I'm just curious to hear y'all thoughts.
Now, I want to know how these women are out here killing it. That's what I want to know.
We'll get back to that, dust, though, because I still haven't touched on my point
I
with
love
that.
statistics, because I want to make sure.
Tarus,
Tarus,
the women would just ask the question.
Hold on.
All right, Tarus, get your
both of
vest.
y'all
I'm coming
out. I'm
for
gonna
you.
time Dusto and Tarus out, and I'm not gonna be that black woman that interrupt men constantly, and I'm not gonna allow y'all to do it either. DL just asked us the question, and the women are about to answer the question, Tarus, and then I'm gonna let you and Dusto battle it out. Okay? Can we do that?
Yes.
Dusto, stop being dusty. You always with a scam.
You
always trying to trigger somebody. You and your dusty self. So,
Lady Di, go ahead.
Lady Di, please go ahead, Queen. Thank you for joining us tonight. Excuse our behavior. We better
it's my
sometimes.
first time on here, but okay. So it's hard for a black man. Are we talking about black men or men? It's hard for men to take, I guess, marriage seriously in that way, because if they so it's a risk to get in a marriage, right? But if they pick the wrong person, or they got scammed into being, this person is supposed to be a certain way, and they show that they're not, it's a risk that man has to take, that if she is not the one, then she's going to take everything. She's going to take the kids. I'm going to have to pay her alimony for the rest of her life, basically, until she gets married again. It is hard for a man to trust a woman in that regard. But do I say it's impossible? You can do it, but regardless if you want to or not, it's just going to be a risk that you have to take. Are you willing to take risks, like you take risk with business, risk with your job, risk with walking outside, right? Driving in your car, getting on an airplane? It's just risks that you're going to take. Do you want to be with someone and grow old with them? Is that your goal, to actually accomplish that? Is that what you really want? If you don't, you're not as happy, then take it. If you don't consider marriage, kids, family dynamic that important, then don't. Simple.
All right, now Queen Smiley,
Okay.
what were your 3 points?
And so first I'm gonna answer DL's question, and then I'll share my thoughts, so Dusto can be dusty, and he can provoke Tarus into sweeping around his porch. But so to answer your question, DL, do I think that there's a risk for men to enter into these relationships, or do I think that they're fearful? I'm sure that they're fearful. But like Lady Di just mentioned, there's risk everywhere we go. And so from my perspective, I don't believe at any point a man should live their life in fear. We shouldn't. Should we be aware of things? Should we acknowledge that there are risks out there? Yes, acknowledge the risk, but continue to move in fear. That's just not something that I'll do. I'm a lady of faith, so I go with my move. I pray, I ask for a spirit of discernment, and I encourage you men to do the same if you are of faith. If you're not of faith, do your kumbaya, whatever it is that you do, so you can have the strength to move forward, because living in fear will always be a no for me. Here's the thing. All these dusty cases that we're talking about where men have been burned by this system, let's look at the years in which that happened. Granted, it's still happening now, and it makes no sense. Why? Because we now know the system. We know how to protect ourselves from the system now, men. So why are you not protecting yourself? Why are you not protecting your seed? Why are you not keeping your receipts? Why are you not pushing through with the fight? One thing men do quite often is when they see some things getting too hard for them, they'll quit and they'll graciously bow out. And they'll blame everybody, including the system, for the reason why they graciously bowed out. Okay. But if you truly want to be a part, if you truly want to fight the fight, you're going to have to fight tooth and nail, and you're going to have to see it all the way through. It's just like getting a degree. You start a degree, guess what? Something happened, your financial aid falls through, you have to sit out a semester. You go back, guess what? There's a death in the family, you have to sit out another semester. Guess what? You jump back in, you have a family, you started a family, you have to sit out a semester. It may take you 10 years to get that degree, okay? Because it took me 6 to get mine because life kept lifing. But guess what, men? It may take you 10, 15 years to get access to your child properly or to get out of this broken system, but continue to fight your fight. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. If it's truly worth it, if you value your child, if you value the seed you voluntarily put out, okay, then guess what you need to keep doing? Keep fighting and stop living in fear.
I appreciate that. That's good. My only pushback would be, how about we just change the way we do business and family court system? You know,
I mean,
50-50 split,
we would love to change it, but the rules
but
are
I hear
already
what
in
you're
place.
coming.
Right, and we've had this conversation, DL. We would love to go out there and change it, but it's not enough men making the noise for the change. Because guess what? Y'all afraid to be called pussies. A lot of y'all doing pussy shit anyway. Okay, let me tell you to your face. Some of y'all out there doing pussy shit anyway. Stop being afraid of the system. Stop being afraid of reporting the abuse. Stop being afraid of putting charges on these women. Y'all lucky I ain't no man. Because I'm going to tell you what, every female that ran me hot, at some point of another, guess what? I'll be having a rap sheet on them heifers as long as I can make it happen. And I wouldn't care what you men think of me, because I start eating some of these, I almost called them a word, some of these women alive.
I tell you this though, the best way. I mean, it is a generational shift. You know, I mean, these numbers are changing as the generations are changing, right? We didn't really have these issues like Gen X, because I know dudes that'll provoke a woman on camera, so she do something stupid like swing, right? You know what I mean? She'll get an equal right. She'll get an equal right so fast. You know what I mean? I'm not laughing at it because it's horrible, but you know what? At the end of the day, that's what's going on the other side. But the newer generations are softer. They don't think like that. There's not as many gangsters out there, y'all. It's a lot of paper gangsters out there. But thank you. I appreciate that insight, though. It was
real quick.
Good.
To Ruth, I'm gonna give you this, and I'm gonna let you cook. But my points on the killing it thing. Okay, I wanted to know killing it and what, and thank you for sharing your thoughts. They're valid. I agree. Some men are out there dusty and they're provoking some of these women to behave this way and hurt people. We can go on and on about all those things, right? Because women have been damaged, so have men. Okay, which is why we're having this conversation. Okay, but the fact of the matter is women may be killing it economically. We might be getting to the bag, getting to the bag, but we ain't killing it in relationship and family. Speaking from a woman who, guess what? I've killed it. I've got to the bag. But guess what? On my way, I messed my children up along the way. On my way, I've had some broken relationships along the way. Okay? I ain't out here killing it, okay, and not taking no L's with me. And I ain't talking about losing. I'm talking about lessons learned. Lesson learned by how to treat my kings just a little bit better. Lesson learned on how to communicate better with my children along the way, because I was too busy at work, too busy trying to get to the bag, to the point where I couldn't take care of their needs properly. Okay, not saying that I didn't meet their needs,
crazy,
because
Queenie?
they always
I know
hold on.
African American history so well and Black women history so well. You realize that 20 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to do either, and now you actually had a choice to do something.
Totally agree, but let me finish.
The government fucked the families over and fucked Black women over.
We know all
and you
that,
weren't allowed to be
let me
economically valuable either. Now you at least got that choice.
Right, but let me finish, Tarus. Okay, so here it is. We've done all of that. Yes, you know, there are some bad women out there that saying Black men are trash because they are hurt and they are damaged themselves. Like I mentioned earlier, they're gonna have to do the work. If somebody believes in them enough to value them, DL, to say, hey, I'm gonna take the risk and run the risk in making this relationship work with this person, and they don't show themselves to be trash, because I'm telling you, once they start showing themselves, let it go. Okay, then by all means, you know, let them have that. But we can be career driven women all day long, but at the end of the day, we're not killing it holistically. We're still broken. Because
Lady
I
Di-
accomplished all of that on my own with the grace of God and my support system. But at the end of the day, I cried plenty of nights because I'm mad at the fact that I have to do it by myself. And I've shared this before. Black Man even made a little clip of it. Here's the thing. We work ourselves to the bone trying to get to the bad because we've been let down so much. I could have easily went out into the atmosphere and said anything and everything negative about every relationship that I've been in. Okay? But at the end of the day, I chose to focus that energy on who? Me. What do I need to do to better myself so that when I meet my king, guess what? I'm ready. We have to start doing that, more self-reflecting, and stop throwing that negativity out there, putting everybody in the same box.
Queenie, 20 years ago, when you had to wait on a man because you weren't allowed to economically participate, how do you think you was going to come to this growth?
20 years ago, I didn't wait on a man. 20 years ago, I was in
So you
school.
agree with my sentiment? They're telling women not to wait on these dudes to figure it out.
I told you from the jump, Teresa, I agree with you. Women are not waiting on men. We're doing it. We're getting out there, getting to the money. We're getting educated, but at the same time, we're making fucked up decisions. Okay?
Yes,
We're going
Queenie,
out here
and those
dating trash
decisions,
people.
guess what? Those decisions have been made from generation to generation. What I'm
Exactly. And now
saying,
we're
though,
talking
the
about what can
progress.
we do to move from that. That's what we're talking about now. What can we do to move from that and hold
It's the
people
dudes.
accountable?
It's
It
the
ain't just
dudes.
the
I'm
dudes.
sorry. It's the,
Okay,
no,
hold
no,
on,
it's the
Tarus.
straight
Hold
up.
on,
These
Tarus. Hold
dudes
on.
right here,
Let me say this.
they need their asses
Tarus,
whooped.
let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. I just watched Taraji P. Henson break down on set because she ain't got no man, and she's a multimillionaire.
So celebrities,
hold on,
celebrities be lonely as fuck, bro.
No, hold on, bro. Hold on. She said, but guess what? Somebody online, you know, the internet is undefeated. Somebody online went online and made a whole video of her saying over the last 6 years, I don't need no man. He got to do this and this ring. You see a ring on his face? I just brush him out and I just do this and I just do that. And now she's on a TV show having a nervous breakdown because she said, all those years I gave to my career and I wanted a husband and I wanted kids and now I don't have it. Oh my God. And then her
Nick Cannon
homegirls
just had 12 kids by different women and is now doing interviews talking about how he messed up because he's not going to be able to raise his children properly.
We're not going to move the goalposts. Hold on.
Is that an example?
Hold on. We're not going to move the goalposts. And then you have 5 other women. You had Regina Hall. You had Melissa. I can't pronounce her last name. You had Nia Long. And you had who's the other? Sanaa Lathan. They just did a video. We're in our 50s and we're this and we're that. Yes, you are in your 50s, but guess what? Nia Long wants to be married now. Guess what? The Sanaa Lathan said, "Damn, I missed." My years passed me by so fast.
Wait,
I didn't get a
you
chance
remember
to
what just happened to Nia Long, right? Like her man just embarrassed her on fucking
Tarus,
on the international stage.
I knew you were gonna say that. That's why I brought an extra clip for this gun.
I want to say something about Nia Long since y'all brought that up real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Watch this. I'm gonna lay it down. I'm gonna put this in, and then you can shoot. Watch this. Nia Long has a sister, a celebrity sister. Did you guys know that? The comedian Samore is her sister.
Okay.
The comedian Samore says Nia. They talked about her sister. They said, "How do you feel about Nia? Are you being there for her right now when she's going through hurt?" She said, "Listen, first of all, let me tell y'all the truth." She said, "I'm going to tell you the truth." She said, "My sister's a diva. My sister got a bad mouth. She got a bad attitude." She said, "The family don't want to be around her." She said, "I don't want to be around her." She said, "I'm not the one you want to call when you want your kids watched." She said, "I don't fool with her." She said, "When I see her at a family event, I say hi and I move on because she thinks she's up here." And she said, "I don't blame that man leaving her because that man, she treated that man like shit." So this is her sister telling how this woman treat not only her man, but her siblings and her cousins and her mama. You know what I'm saying? Fuck mama.
And they both, and keep in mind, they both were raised in 2 different places. One was raised in.
And so her sister is saying, I don't fool with her because of her behavior, her mindset, this diva mentality. And now that she's older and can't find a man, her sister said, I'm not going to be there for a woman that's caused her own chaos. This is what her sister is saying. So Lady Di, go ahead and say what you was about to say, baby, and then I'll let Tyrese get back in here.
So with Nia Long, from what I know, I remember.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I read that she wanted to live in separate households when she was with that man.
She did.
So for one, let me just talk about that point alone. For you to purposely want to live in separate households, your house is already divided. You don't continue a relationship wanting to be in a separate house with a child. That's not how you raise a family. So she already destroyed it. So for him to do what he did it for that reason. She wasn't available, right? Wasn't ever available as a person that you look for, even though they weren't married, but they were in a relationship and they shared kids. Therefore, y'all should be together unless work separates you. Okay. Yes, she's an actress, but she wasn't working in all those movies to live in a whole nother house, different state. She could have stayed with them, with him in one state and then travel. All right, do your job. That's cool. But you can't sit here and expect men to, all right, yeah, that makes sense. He didn't agree with that nonsense. What man would?
Hey, Lady Di, can I tell you a fun fact?
Uh-huh.
Nia Long did just that. When she moved to Boston for Ime Udoka, you know what happened, right? Ime was smashing the same woman that had Nia Long move to Boston. Doing the smiley and helping her move into the new house that they're gonna live in together because she wants a family because she tried to get married to him since 2015.
No, she didn't.
That
She
same woman he was smashing that he worked with was helping her move into Boston.
Tarus. Nia Long said out her own mouth,
now,
I
her
don't
being a
want
diva,
to.
is that a reason for why you should have?
Nia Long said, I do not want to be married. I don't want to be married.
Why? Because Ime Udoka wasn't committing. Think about how long, remember when they got engaged and then how long it's been since they've been engaged. Beyonce.
So, I understand what you're saying, but if a man doesn't want to be married, then she should have never been with him. Okay.
Yeah, that's her fault.
Because of her. They didn't get married because of her.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for example.
So Lady Di, Ime's absolutely fine for having the same woman he's having an affair with run all up in Nia Long's face and moving her in and shit like that?
No,
keep moving the goalposts,
I'm not
Tyrus.
saying that.
Well, how is that moving the goalposts? You're saying is that an excuse?
No, you just said something that was not true. They were engaged. He wanted to get married. She did not want to get married. That man was not going to stay with a woman that did not want to commit to him. You said that he didn't want to commit to her. He did not want to commit to him.
The two households, and I just pointed to the fact that Nia Long was actually doing that.
Listen, she said she didn't want, but the black man pointed out that she said out of her own mouth she did not want to get married. Why would any man stay engaged with a woman that didn't want to get married?
With people saying, just like with the domestic violence, I'm pulling up the facts with black women.
Let me ask you a question, Tyrus.
It's not lining up with you guys saying.
If I pull up video footage of her saying that she never wants to get married, she just want a partnership,
It's fine.
What are you gonna say?
Because they're celebrities. Why do y'all keep using celebrities?
Now we moving the goalposts.
Now we moving the goalposts again. You said that she did not want.
I said that 20 minutes ago.
No. Listen, Tyrus, let me go back, bro. So we can move on. What happened was when black man said she did not want to get married. Even when Lady Di said, what man is going to stay with a woman that don't want to commit? You brought out of your mouth that he did not want to commit to her.
Are we doing domestic violence? Are we doing black men?
No, what we're doing is trying to get you to put your cape up.
Like, what are we doing?
So wait, can I respond? Real quick. So what I'm saying is I ain't never say that what he did was okay. I didn't say that. I'm just saying these are the reactions, right? This is what happens when you do something that's kind of fucked up. You're gonna get people to do fucked up shit back. So I'm saying that that's just what it is. Now, are both of them wrong? Yeah. First of all, he wrong for letting her be able to do that. He should have put his foot down and say, hey, look, this is what we're gonna do. If you're not gonna do it, I'm out.
We talked about that earlier.
Right? He could have definitely ended it, but they both strung each other along. That's not how you do things. And as far as what y'all was saying earlier with, I guess, Sanaa Lathan and all these other women, okay, women who put their career first is more of a selfish act to me, especially if you have kids. So if your only purpose on this earth is to be a career-driven woman, make plenty of money, and that's it, then that's your fault. If you wanted more in life, you could have got more in life. You could be able to work and have a man. It could happen. It just has to be prioritized. things have to be a conversation with the person has to be had. Hey, this is what we need to do. These are the boundaries. If you guys can't do it, then one person may have to not work. It's okay. As long as the man, because he's the leader, right? Let the man do it. Okay. And you stay home, you know, take care of the kids and own business. You don't have to stay home and do nothing, living like a, you know, like a lavish.
Well, see, that's why I got to correct you again, because apparently men aren't leaders. Apparently I look at it wrong. I look at it what men can or can't do in our own control. And
so I want to talk about
said
that.
some personal disrespectful shit. So apparently us men are supposed to lead from the fucking back. It's all about the women, dog.
Right. I'm going to get to that.
Bitches,
I heard
bro.
you say that. So I believe that men should be leading more. Because a lot of the stuff that's happening is because men are not leading. They're not.
Most of these dudes don't know how to lead, and they don't want the responsibility.
Okay, but the thing is, leading. Okay,
they're a bunch of punk ass bitches.
Hold on, that's
no, bro.
No, the JT. Let me get him first, then I'll tag in. I swear to God, I can tag in. So that's fine. Men can be punk ass bitches. That's what we want to do. You have an anger inside of you. That's a personal thing that's going on within your heart. But let me tell you what the real shit is in the real world, since you've been retired from it for a little bit. What's going on in the world right now, Tyrus, is these same bitch ass niggas that you talking about is the same. We have to hold people accountable. Just like these bitch ass niggas are going out here and getting women pregnant. These women are attracting bitch ass niggas. So there's some ain't shit women out here that got ain't shit pussy magnetically pulling in ain't shit niggas and having ain't shit babies who become ain't shit kids, who become ain't shit juveniles. This is what happens. This is what happens. And so a woman controls sex. A woman controls her. If a man comes into her house right now and I go in the house with Queen Smile and Queen Smile says no, and if I keep going, I'm going to prison, right? But if Queen Smile said get up in this thing, I get up in it. She's giving me permission to release something in her body, whether knowing or not. So what I'm saying is that we can't sit up here and say men are bitch ass niggas when we have ain't shit pussy just walking around here talk. I had a girl, I just got for show a few minutes ago where we just talked about a woman sitting at the job recorded, and guess what she said? I target married men. That's what I like to do. I don't like the responsibility of having a relationship. So I'm going to go find Tyrus because he's married and trying to throw this pussy on him. I'm going to go get Rob because he's married. I'm going to go get JT. I'm going to get everybody I can that's married because I'm attracted to married men. I don't want the responsibility of being married.
You know what, BM, that is the biggest difference between black women and black men. Black women actually take the information and use it to better ourselves. Black men has been saying the same goddamn
this
shit
nigga just say
since I was 18 years
ourselves
old and keep falling for the fucking trap.
He said that, JT.
Like goddamn. But BM, don't you realize that's why the women send you those DMs? Because all of your shorts, guess what? It's mostly you criticizing black women instead of criticizing black men.
Tyrus. Now watch this, everybody.
No. Let me answer. No. There's
you
said criticizing them, absolutely. But guess what? I got smart at. I let the black women criticize the black women on my shorts now. Now who got something to say?
Bro.
Okay.
All of your shorts, that's you. That's why they targeted you, and that's your
and I love it. I love it because that means somebody listening.
Okay.
So wait, I want to say something real quick to that. So if you have a man who is a leader, right? But the women don't want to listen because she want to talk a lot of nonsense. How are you going to be able to lead a woman? So we could, talk to men. Sure. We are going to talk to, I talk to men too. My husband does too. But at the same time, all right, y'all leaders now. But then who going to listen to you? It needs to be, to me, the women are the ones who are the ones y'all attracting, right? So you got to get a woman that's on board. If you have a submissive type of female, you're going to lead naturally. Like, it's going to happen.
And a conversation don't have to be had to say, hey, I'm a leader. Hey, I'm going to be submissive. It happens naturally. That's not a conversation that you have because there's no need for the real conversation.
I just really never ran into these kind of black women that are this toxic before.
God bless your soul.
I'm just really
bless your heart, Doc. Bless your heart. But listen, I'm actually reading the article of what this Sister Long said. And this is what Sister Long said. Sister Long says, I've been engaged for 8 years. I am not in a hurry to get married. This is what she says. I'm not in a hurry to get married. It's complicated. I'm not ready to make that.
Oh, I'm not in a hurry to get married. Y'all said she didn't want to get married. Those are two different things.
Nigga, she's
That's
52
the
years
same
old.
damn thing, Taruth. Going on trying to do the play on words. Like, bruh, bro,
She's
bruh.
52 years old.
Taruth, you of
She
all people, I
almost
expect just a little
60.
bit more. Ain't no way you finna sit up here and do no play on words. She's not in a hurry and she said she didn't want to. 8 years?
Is he in a relationship?
8
I'm
years?
sorry. Is he in a relationship? Is he married or anything?
He
Or?
married, child.
Yeah.
He ain't never been through nothing like this. Do a few push-ups, Taruth. Go ahead. I see you.
Oh, he's married. Okay, that's good.
I'm glad his wife didn't put him through none of that. And I'm glad he didn't meet some of these women that we're talking about. I'm so super glad. I can't apologize for your fathers, your grandfathers that fails, your mothers and your grandmothers. I ain't finna apologize to them because it ain't my fault. I'm sorry your mama them had to go through the same thing that my mama them had to go through when my daddy divorced my mom and remarried 2-3 more times. Guess what? He wasn't the perfect man for my mama, but he's the excellent husband for my bonus mom. He was not ready when he married my mom. They were children. They grew together. It didn't work when they realized we were. Oh, guess what? Oh, well, I'm not going to sit around here and blame every black man on the fact that my mom and daddy didn't work out. Let it go. This is the work that I was saying earlier. You have to do for yourself to stop being triggered by all these conversations that have you so heated because you can't accept the fact that people going to keep peopling, niggas going to be niggering, and bitches going to be bitching.
Hey, we got
all the black and Puerto Rican women out there. I love y'all.
Driscoll,
I
what's
love
going on,
y'all
man?
black men. All of y'all kings. I love y'all. I am so grateful you didn't have to go through all of this stuff. But for those men who are going through it, guess what? It hurts. It hurts those men. And guess what? They have the same negative persona that women have, saying females ain't nothing. And those same women that are being hurt are saying men ain't nothing. Change your perspective. Do the work on yourself. Stop trying to blame everybody.
Hold on, let's get Driscoll.
Go ahead, JT. I'm sorry.
Driscoll, what's going on, man?
No, I'm a little late to the convo. I'm trying to catch the context for a second.
Okay, Dusto, go ahead, Dusto.
Hey,
we get
Rob.
Dusto in here yet either.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
And then Rob, my bad.
I'll surrender the microphone. I can't take with so much dust. This is worse. Taruth himself is worse than 5 dusties on a certified dust panel. You're on your own.
All right, so I would say this though.
I'm solo dolo anyway, bro. Always.
I would say this, bro.
Baby, keep it going. Let's go.
Oh my bad. I'll go after Rob.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
First thing first, how y'all doing?
Good, brother. What's going on, man?
All right.
What's going on, partner?
I just want to clear the smoke. Let's clear the smoke out real quick. All right. Look, shout out to Mandrell. He said something that was very interesting, right? And he said conversations like this, it gets to a point, it do get kind of pointless because it seems like we can't even have a goddamn conversation about it, or we can't even figure out or talk about the solution about this shit, right? You know, it's all about, well, you know what I'm saying, women doing this, men doing this. It's like, okay, goddamn. It's like, okay, as men and women, we are fucked. We are fucked. And this will make it even more fucked that our children got to look up to people like us. They got to see this shit. You know? So I bet, honestly, our best bet, honestly.
My granddaddy. That's y'all.
Our best bet, bro. We see all the problems that's going on between men and women. We need to start vetting young girls and young boys. Tell them, hey, this is what we fucked up at, and this is what I believe that young men should carry themselves, and how young women should carry themselves. Because we look like
Rob, I'm gonna have to push back because you got to understand that some of these kids today, this is the closest to real world conversations, to family conversations that some of these kids actually get.
Then that's fucked up. That's the whole point.
That's fucked up, bro.
Hey, Rob. So let me say this, Rob. I agree with you. Let me say this to Rob. Let me respond to Rob. I agree with you. Let me tell you what we're missing. We're missing men being men. And what I mean by that is this. When a man, all men need to get on the same page. We're there's too much what's the word I want to use? There's too many exercise rights right now in marriages, in relationships. A woman has the right to say, I'm going to fuck you once a month. I have a right to say, I'm going to cook twice a month. I have a right to say, she has a right to say, I'm gonna leave you and take your kids from you, and there's nothing you can do about it. She has a right to call the police and say, Rob hit me, and you ain't do nothing to her, and you going to jail. They're not gonna ask you no questions. Right
Shout
now,
out Andrew Tate.
Right now, Queen Smiley. If you and Queen Smiley was in the same city, you can look at her wrong, and she can call and say that man assaulted me. They're not going to ask you any questions, right? Men are not being men. Men are not being men anymore. In some cases, men are being so restrained they can't be men no more. So let me tell you what's happening. When a man meets this is what I told my son, and I got dragged online again, and I love it. Keep dragging me. I'm gonna get up and make another video. My thing is this. I told my son, the women back in the day, like Family Value, she's in the chat tonight. Her husband's on Driscoll's here tonight. The women back in the day, like Queen Smiley, that had her kid back in the day. Family Values that had her babies back in the day. Those women that had those babies and got a second chance at life, a second chance at marriage and love, that don't exist no more because of the influence of the world. So now we got to start teaching our kids different. We can't teach our kids the same shit. We got to teach them different shit. And so now we got to tell our little boys, since there's so much trauma, untapped trauma that nobody's going to get help for, this is what we're going to do, son. We got to be a little strict in your dating. You're not going to date no single mama. You're not going to date no mama that come from a single household. You're not going to date a woman that she give you attitude, leave her at the restaurant. If she snap at you and show you any type of violence, you leave her. During your dating process, do not have sex with this woman. You have to have some discipline to not have sex with this woman, because if you have sex with her, it's going to mess up your clarity. You're not going to be clear. She's going to use her vagina to cloud your mind. So what you need to do is you need to pay attention and not have sex. Do not become sexually involved with this woman. Know who you are. Know who she is. Right? Because what happens is, in today's terms, if you get a girl right now that's 18, 17 years old, 18, 19 years old right now, these girl mindsets are different than Queen Smiley's was back in the day. I went to school with Queen Smiley, right? These girls are mine are different than Family Values and Lady Di. They're looking for money first. And Tyrus, I'm gonna send you some links so you can start following some of these women, so you can start hearing what their targets are. You
better send your kids to all boys school if you want any of that. No,
it's not that. It's not that. I'm teaching my son right now.
We got a lot of good Catholic all boys schools out there.
Hold on. This is what I teach my boys, Tyrus. This is what I'm teaching them right now. I wish I could just bring them in here, but the conversation too hot. I teach my boys right now, son. This is what you need to do as a man. Yes, you're going to feel like you want to have sex. Yes, you want the girl want to give it to you, son, but you have to look at what's going to happen. Right? You are royalty. Your sperm is your destiny. Your sperm is your livelihood moving forward.
It is your holy milk.
Right, exactly. And so you're not going to go and give that holy milk to a booger wolf, and then she have a baby and have Booger Wolf Jr., and now you got to deal with Booger Wolf and Booger Wolf Jr., a woman and a baby you didn't want for 18 years. And then that takes your energy away from the family that you really did want.
Doesn't matter.
Listen, I told my son, he laughed. I said, you got to tuck that dick, son. You got to tuck the dick in. You can't tuck it in like a shirt. You can't go out
like
and just
transgender. See? BM does support the transgender. You're not listening,
man, bro. I meant that in a funny way. When I said tuck your dick in, at me when it come out and you want to do something, put that motherfucker back in your pants. We're not going to be out here having sex with everybody, poking, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up getting the Booger Wolf pregnant, and the Booger Wolf going to have Booger Wolf Jr., and now you up here, this ugly ass baby, this ugly female, just because you wanted to have 30 minutes of a pump session. We got to be smart. We have to be smart, young men. Like we fucked up. Like Rob said, we're fucked. But our kids, we got to be smart with our kids. We got to be smart. I told my daughter, you cannot be a woman that goes out and just think you're just gonna throw your pussy from the free throw line and then Mr. Captain Saberho where it's a whole bunch of them out here. But don't nobody want a 98? Don't nobody want a 98 Honda with 300,000 miles on it when they can afford to get a Mercedes with 10?
Hey, can I go tell my kid right now to don't be a booger wolf?
No, let me ask you something, because we had this conversation, Torus. I want to get in. No, I wanted to get in on this because we had this conversation, and I want to see if you thought about it. What is it that you tell your kids and show your kids about relationships, so when they get older, and they'll be able to do what it is that you do? They be able to experience the joy that you and their mama experience. How do you tell them to find that when they get older? I asked him this on my show. Can I please get an answer this time?
Bro, I don't think it's my job to fucking tell them, bro. That's their path.
Oh,
You don't
hell.
teach them anything.
What?
See?
You
Say
want
that.
to teach us and school us to roost, but you don't want to school your own children?
What?
I
On choosing a path that makes them
close my
happy?
case.
What are you talking about?
No, but what I'm saying is you got to lead your kids. Train up a child in the way they should
To
go.
what? To what? To be submissive to these bum ass dudes out here? Get the fuck out of here.
So your
He raising an independent dog. He raising an independent woman.
Hey, you better come correct when you come from my daughters, bro. Straight up.
I tried to tell y'all.
How can your
I
child
tried to tell y'all.
How can your
Feed it
child
to the
define
dust
correct
pit.
when you ain't explained to them what correct is?
I think Driscoll ready, but hold on just a second. I'm gonna say this.
You know what's crazy is there's plenty of good boys in this neighborhood already, Queen. That's not something I'm actually really that worried
But
about.
Teruse, you want your daughter to marry. You want your daughter to marry a man that
to be happy, bro.
So it doesn't matter if he's a leader or not. It doesn't matter because the way you're teaching her to be, or if she becomes independent, she's going to say, "My daddy taught me to be independent, and I don't have to."
Baby, go out there and wing it. It's all gonna happen to you. Go out there and wing it,
You
baby.
muted, Rob.
Economically
Driscoll, he talking to somebody. So Driscoll, what were your thoughts, man?
No, I think Taru's playing a dangerous game, personally, but we'll see the results in the end. I like what you preaching, black man, because you putting it ultimately back on us as men. Because a lot of men are complaining about not having leadership roles out here, and they want the women to hand it to us, and we got the control. We just decide what we ain't gonna deal with no more.
Exactly.
Stop complaining about feminism, and then at the same time, we liking the Instagram thoughts pictures, and we elevating the same nonsense we complaining about.
Exactly.
Well, hey guys,
Damn,
this
just
is
go.
America,
I almost forgot who you was, brother. What's happening?
Hey, that's my boy, man.
Hey, congratulations, brother. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, congratulations on your new baby, bro. Congratulations on your new baby, bro. Yeah. So, and shout out to your wife. She in the chat. Shout out to your wife. What's going on, girl? All right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
This
Just
is
go.
America, and y'all whining about freedom.
Around the okay, hold on. This is what I'm saying. Men have to be men. When I say men have to be men, that means when you're married, you got to tell your wife some things she don't want to hear. You got to be able to say, "Baby, this is where this family's going, and I'm leading this family. There won't be any compromise. This is where we're going because what we fall off at, you can't. Let me tell you something. You can't have, and this is what I had to tell my wife in the beginning, like Queen Smiley said. Queen Smiley said, sometimes you have to dust some shit off your woman in the beginning. I told my wife, ain't two dicks in this house. It's only one. There's only one protector here.
That's fine, but as I say all the time, you better have the resume that says you qualified to be treated like a leader.
Hold on.
I'm
not going to compromise.
You're just not obligated to that.
But hold on. I'm not going to compromise with my wife when it comes to anything. You know why? Because when that man.
But what if you making shit decisions?
No, hold on, Teruse. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Let me explain. When I'm not going to compromise. You know why? Because when that man kicked that door in and started shooting, I'm going to die. When somebody hold on.
We're making decisions
hold on. Let me finish. When somebody threatens my kids, I'm going to die. When I come in my house, I'm going to be the king of my house. I'm going to lead my wife. What happens is two dicks in the house. A man will tell his son, don't go down the street on that corner because that's a bad block to be on. The mama is so in her feminine energy, which she should be. She'll be like, oh, baby, it's okay. The man can see the big picture. The woman hangs it. This is what I'm talking about. So if I tell him not to go down the street because I know what goes on there, my wife should not be second guessing my authority and my leadership. I'm leading this family. It is my responsibility. And if you're a religious person and you believe in God, when God's holding man responsible for his family. So if my wife falls, I'm held responsible. If my children fall, I'm held responsible. So if God's holding me responsible for my family, then they have to be under my authority. They can't be out doing what they want to do. My daughter can't figure out her own path because when I learned in my Bible, it says train up a child in the way they should go. And when they're older, they will not depart from it. So I have to teach my children and train them. This is what this looks like. This is what this looks like. This is going to happen to you. You're not going to be entitled. You're not going to be spoiled. The real world's going to do this. I don't baby cake my kids. I don't make my kids feel like the world's going to be given to them. But at the same time, my daughters know when you get married, when I give you away to your husband, then that man has authority over you. He's going to protect you and love
And
you.
like we've had in these panels before, in the meantime, once she graduates high school, what is she supposed to do, BM? Is she supposed to just sit at the fucking crib till some dude pull up?
No. I told her to be open to my daughter to be open to love, open to
You're
loving.
criticizing me for doing that.
No, I'm not.
Jesus
I'm not
fucking
teaching
Christ,
my
man,
daughter to
here we
be
go again,
independent.
bro.
I'm not teaching my daughter to be independent.
I got a
I'm not.
question for Taruz, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I am new here. I'm just trying to understand. Taruz.
You gotta wait for him to come back.
Oh, okay.
Bro, come on, bro.
Hey, no captivity in this thing. What's going on,
No
boy?
way he leaving this household. No way he
What's
leaving
up,
this household like that.
Freezy?
What's going on?
Ain't no way, bro.
All right, Taruz back.
Blessings,
Taruz
brother.
back.
Blessings.
Hey,
I'm
Taruz.
trying to adhere to BM's, the YouTube lines, Queenie. I'm trying. I am.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
You got it, Taruz. We can hear you.
You muted it first.
All right.
Hey, but
so,
Taruz,
take a
Sister
deep
Lady
breath,
got a
Taruz.
question
You
for you,
got it.
Taruz.
Twin, you were muted, boy.
I was listening the whole time. I was waiting.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. Go ahead,
So
Sister
I'm
Lady.
new here, so I'm trying to learn what's
No, you
going
good,
on.
baby.
So they told me that you're married, which is great. But I just want to ask you a question. So the dynamic you have with your wife, what type of like marriage do you guys have? Is it, you lead
Traditional.
That was my question.
Okay, so traditional meaning like I'm just throwing it out there. You
For the
lead,
most
okay.
part.
All right, cool. So as far as your daughters, or I don't know how many kids you have, do you want
2,
your
14
daughters
and
to
12.
be like you want your daughters to be like your wife, their mom?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you saying that you don't want them to learn how to be submissive? I'm just understanding what's going on. You don't want them to be like at least learn it.
My argument, lady, has always been it is 2022 and my daughters do not have to be financially dependent on a dude. That's it. That's it.
Okay. So you want them to be
And
financially.
watch how much heat I catch for just being that.
All right. So you want them to be financially stable, but and also be submissive, or not?
Yes, because I don't tie my manlyhood to my financials. Like what I provide to my family, safety and security goes way beyond dollar signs. These dudes right now, they so tied to to that salary. You know what I mean? That safety and security means way more in a family, in a
What guys you
household where the
talking about,
father's
bro?
actually there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So again,
I mean, we
got
have to,
fundamental
though. We have
differences
to, though.
between these guys, and that's why there's a lot of like pushback.
No, but we have to,
then
though.
as far as your wife, did she stay at home and raise the kids?
In the earlier years, but that's because I was deployed. I deployed for 15 months, came home for a year, and then it got deployed again. And so it just wasn't economically possible for her to continue on with her school in Germany. But then once we came to America and everything, it was just easy for her to take off.
So are you teaching your daughters that when it's time to, I guess, not work anymore, that they could sacrifice and not work and stay home? But if they found the right person?
Yeah, I mean, I tell my daughters all the time, if you want to end up in a position where you and the man agree to being like you're just going to be at home, you want that traditional role, that's fine. If you want to be married and also have your career in a country where you can literally have both, that is fine too. Whatever makes you happy.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to know. That's cool.
If I could jump in real quick, just for clarity, to Roos, and I'm not trying to grill you. I just don't know.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. I love it.
When you said that, I guess in the past you.
Oh, nice to meet you, by the way.
You too. You said in the past that you completely took care of the fighting. Are you saying that that's different now, that y'all split that role now?
Yeah, and I actually had to give up a lot of that because now this might be where JT's going to love this, but there's going to be some cultural differences because my wife is German, right? So when you're dealing with German and that, like Kenyan German, German, Turkish German, whatever, the way they come in Western Europe, a lot of women are just more educated. That's just the system. You know what I mean? You're not going to find a lot of women who don't have some sort of associate's degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, and things like that. So I actually had to let go of some of the financials because she takes it as like an obligation in her culture to at least help. You know what I mean?
No, that's understandable. So is it fair to say then when you say that you lead, because you made the statement, what if you're making shitty decisions? Is it fair to say that you lead, but if she doesn't agree with your decisions, then there will be pushback?
Yeah. So
Okay.
what I mean by that is, thankfully, and look, I'm not going to say I'm that dude, but thankfully I have made better decisions when it comes to like family moves and things like that, or how we're going to, what school districts or what house or city we're going to live in. Thankfully, I've made far more correct decisions on that stand front than bad ones. That's what I mean by saying having the resume that qualifies you to make those decisions. Because what if I kept making decisions that were shit after shit, and the only reason that our family's in a good position is because she happened to come up? Right? And some dudes, it's like, well, okay, some women are going to be like, look, I love you and I could be with you, but at some point, you at least got to be open to criticism. If you keep making decisions as a man that keeps fucking it up and making it worse, I'm sorry, but you're not no Vladimir Putin, and you're not going to be treated like one. And so, yeah, I teach my daughters, like, yo, in a relationship, it's cool if your man wants to lead, but you ain't got to shut up. At the end of the day, that's your fucking household too.
So have you seen?
No, that's dangerous, brother. That's dangerous.
Music break. But you got some chats out there, bro.
Yeah, we got a super
kids,
chat.
Bro.
We got a super chat from, we got John the Baptist earlier when he talked about Nia Long. So thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. All right, we got What We Know podcast at commercial break. Let's take a breather. I'm going to give you that right now. And then we have a $10 super chat from John the Baptist, man. That's a good name to have, brother. John the Baptist gave a $10 super chat. He said, Tyrese, my daughter is raised to be her husband's wife and not independent. My daughter should be with her husband needs, not what she wants. So I'm gonna let you answer and respond to that, Tyrese, but I'm gonna do that right after this commercial break. So give me just a second here. Let me give him this, and y'all take a breather. Here we go. All right, man. Thank you so much for them super chats. I appreciate you guys, man, for always supporting the channel. I appreciate it, guys. We got in the building tonight. Let's see here. I want to make sure I got everybody covered. Okay, yeah, we good. All right. So everybody that's watching tonight, I just want to make sure Queen Smiley's in the building. Lady Di, Driscoll TV, JT, DL St. Tyrese, Rob, No Captivity is in the building tonight, and Illuminated Revelation is in the building tonight. And we got my brother Hink in the back. I'm gonna bring him up in a minute as well, so he can get his out as well. But let me say, I want you to go ahead and respond to that, Tyrese, to the super chat first, because I want to make sure we keep our.
Pull it back up, please.
I sure will, brother. Give me just a second, man. Let me go back up here. All right, there it is. All right, it should be coming up. Oh, there it is. Go ahead.
Let's say that John the Baptist, your daughter doesn't get married till 27. What is she supposed to be doing from the age of 19 to 27? Nobody wants to answer that question.
I'll answer it. She's supposed to
I've
be
already answered that
right.
question.
She's
I,
she's
I
gonna
said
go out.
when
I'm asking BM.
Hold on. She's going to what she's going to do is she's going to go out. She's going to work. She's going to become the best woman she can be. She's going to become a wife. And when she meets her man, when she meets her man,
she's gonna be
she's
single.
How
already
do you
when she
become a wife
hold on. You
single?
asked me.
That doesn't
When
make
she
any
meet her
sense.
man, she won't have to adapt to being a wife. She'll already be and worked on herself enough to already be one.
I'll answer that, Taruz. So if you're single, you could learn how to be a wife by being around married people, asking
Exactly.
wives, how do
Exactly.
you sustain your marriage?
Exactly.
Talking to older people, let's say you and your wife, how did you guys stay married? What did your wife do? And stuff like that. She has to
That's
inquire
it.
about it. That's all women have to
Yo,
do. They
what
have to
country
talk.
we live
I
in?
kind of
How
disagree.
expensive is this motherfucking country?
I
I'm
kind
sorry,
of
like,
disagree with that.
whoa. Where we live at?
You could.
No one's saying she's not going to work, Tyrus. I've been
No, I
saying
didn't
she's
say
going
work.
to work,
We-
bro.
I was
Go
saying
ahead,
she's
we can hear
working.
you. Go
I
ahead,
went
Rob.
from work
Hey,
to
Rob.
being a wife. Like,
Yeah.
whoa. What is she supposed
Come
to be
on,
doing?
Rob.
Let's try
Hold
this
on, let him
again, men. What are these women supposed to be doing while these boys figure it out?
He answered it. Now Rob has a
Hold
rebuttal.
on,
Come on,
Tyrus.
Rob.
Hold on. Give me one. Rob, get ready. Say we're gonna go on 3. Hold on 3. Tyrus, I'm so glad that
Sitting around doing.
hold on. I'm so glad my grandmother didn't have that mindset. My mother wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be here. My grandfather had shit, but when he got on his feet, he gave her everything, and it took years, not months, not minutes, it took years for him to build their wealth and for them to pass down land and rental properties. It took years for him to build. I'm so glad my grandmother didn't say, you know what, Robert? You ain't, I'm not building shit with you. You ain't, when I got in this relationship, you don't have shit. I ain't got time to be waiting on you.
Your grandparents
I'm
came
on my
up
own.
during Jim Crow, man. I don't want to. I'm tired of comparing time periods. Like
Bro,
stop it.
but hold on.
Like,
But right
stop.
now, dude, hold on. Right now, I'm 39
It came
years
up
old.
during
Hold
Jim
on,
Crow. I
Tyrus, let me
do
tell you
not want
something,
to go back to those times.
Tyrus, I'm 39 years old. When my grandfather's already passed away. When my grandmother passes away, guess what happens? That land gets passed down to me that I can pass down to my son. It's generational wealth. You get what I'm
I
saying?
know. Our ancestors got robbed out of that shit.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead, Rob.
Let me get in after
Y'all
Rob
forgot
too.
I'm a nationalist, right? Y'all forgot. Like my
Rob,
real
get Rob in here, then we'll get no captivity, then illuminated revelation in here. Go ahead.
No,
I'm gonna bring Hinky in.
I just got a little pushback.
Hey, JT, host for me to give it.
Just got a little pushback when y'all said a woman, she could be a wife by learning from others, getting advice, from her grandparents or just working on herself. And honestly, I kind of disagree with that. I feel like no, a man can't be a husband and a girl and a woman can't be a wife without actually being married. I don't care how much advice you can give somebody. It's like when I first had a child, right? A lot of people would tell me, well, you should look out for this when you being a parent. You know what I'm saying? Being a parent is this way, but that shit never really prepared me to why I actually became a father. So I think the problem is that, people are not willing to learn why they go. And the reason why not willing to learn why they go, because they're not having certain conversations. Especially my generation, we so short tempered. Soon we don't fucking get our way. Oh, motherfuckers want to break up and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Rob,
I'm just trying to figure out what
I
matrix
agree
we
with
live
you,
in
Rob.
because the women are supposed to hang around married people, but then we got broken homes, so that implies that we don't have married
Here's
people.
the thing.
You're talking about the system.
Let me explain. Let me explain, Rob. Rob, what you're saying is right. And what lady is it? Lady Dime or Lady Dean? How you pronounce it? Lady Di. And so what Lady Di is correct. So here's the thing: well, both situations are correct. You can prepare yourself for marriage. Just like you can prepare yourself for parenting. Nobody ever told me how to be a parent, but guess what? When I became one, I watched my mom, I watched my sisters. So I had somewhat of it. Did I learn better as I grew? Yes, of course
So I
did.
send my daughter to like etiquette course or something like that.
Hey, that's a good thing because you'll learn how to eat from your, outside in using the right forks. Okay, but Rob, what you're saying is true. You have to be a wife in order to be a wife. But at the same time, you can prepare yourself. Prime example, I married young. I married early. I thought I knew what marriage was supposed to look like. So I accepted a lot of stuff from my husband because that's what I saw my mama do, right? And so I was in my marriage according to what my mama showed me, right? But when that didn't work out, for the reasons that it didn't work out, when I got by myself, guess what I continued to do? Surround myself with positive people, positive influence. Yeah. Was I around some brokenness? Yes. And guess what I chose not to do? Pick up some of those behaviors. But some of the good stuff I saw in that brokenness, because we can still see good shit in brokenness. We just have to open our eyes up, right? Okay. The glass is half full, half empty, whichever way you want to see it. I took the opportunity to take from some of those people. I surrounded myself with good older married couples who was willing to give that insight, because the younger generation right now, like you said, is a different breed. You can't hang around young married people, because guess what? Some of those people, infidelity run real easy, in those situations. So find yourself a mature family to hang yourself around, and just good people in general. And you can learn to be a better person by doing that. You get to pick and choose your surroundings. You get to make your surroundings eclectic enough to where you can pick and choose from all the people around you, and you can take what's good. This panel, for example, right? We looking at Tarus at some stuff that he say, but I look at Tarus and some of the shit he say is very valid.
Right.
Totally agree with it. I get to pick what I want from Tarus, and some of the things I don't want, guess what? As soon as we end this, I trash it. Matter of fact, I trash some of it when we on this call. Same thing from you, Rob, from Lady Di, from JT, even from Black Man. I get to choose what I take from people who I meet in passing, and that's where the growth comes in. That's where we look at ourselves.
She listen to
and
all
say,
my
hey,
stuff, y'all.
how can I listen to all DL stuff. Okay. But you get what I'm saying? Even Hink, we all get to take from each other what we choose and grow. That's that self-reflecting I was talking about earlier. We have to take the time. We have to take the time to invest in ourselves so we can be better people, whether you're in a relationship or not. If we start preaching and teaching love, if we start preaching and teaching people just being better people, we wouldn't have this great divide where men ain't nothing, women ain't nothing. Some people ain't nothing.
But Queen Smiley, also to add on to what you're saying too, Rob, this is what you got to understand. You hear me talk about this. This stuff is innate in us already. All we have to do is have self-knowledge. Just like what a woman is. If you know the anatomy of a woman, you know what's primitive of a woman, you know the anatomy of a man, you know what's primitive of a man. These are the things that we put together from what we learn. It's not all about just learning from other people. It's innate in you too.
Yeah.
This is why when a lot of people don't believe that they're a God also, whether you want to call yourself a demigod or whatever, we create and destroy. So a lot of this stuff is still in us. This is not just what we see, what our parents did. You got people, man, that grew up screwed up and they still survived it. And they came out great. How? Because of what was innate in them. That self-knowledge is something that's powerful. And that's the number one thing that we have. Who was going next? No Cap?
Yeah,
I think it was Illuminated.
This conversation. BM or Rob, you know what? I'll give you the time, Rob. Let's say that my daughter's magical, she gets married to this perfect black dude, perfect Puerto Rican, hopefully mixed like myself, but you know what I mean? Perfect fucking dude at 27 years old. She graduates and she enters the adult world, whether she's going to college or whatever, at 19 years old. So again, 27 years old, right? That's when she gets married. She finds this dude. She settles down. From 19 to 22, should she not go to college and get a degree?
No, bro. No. They're not saying that though.
Yes, she can go get a degree.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the age of 22 to 27, should she not go get a job and work in a corporate environment and work on her career and do all of these
You saying that to say what, bro?
Let me.
Y'all giving me pushback if that's all.
No, bro. Let me ask the question. Let me ask the question. Let me ask the question.
We got 15 minutes.
Hold on,
no, bro. That's what the comment is.
Tyru, let me ask the question.
Yeah, let Rob answer real quick. We're gonna get freezing, illuminated. He can hear.
Let me tell you real quick because I have daughters, bro.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying? They're not saying those things are important, bro. Of course, we want to tell our daughters just sit on your ass and wait for a man. No, that's not the point. No. But they have to understand once they get ready to be with a man, that man don't give a fuck about your accomplishments, none of that shit. So at the end of the day, it don't matter how much money you fucking make or if you depend on a man financially or not. God damn it, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm still responsible for you. I
Yep.
still have to lead you, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
And that's
Too
what I
bad,
think
Rob.
that's what
Too
you're
many
missing,
dudes
bro.
think. No.
So hold on,
What
Tyrese.
you're
Hold on,
missing
Tyrese.
is
We
that
gotta
there's
get
too
no
many
Captain
dudes
Freezy
who
in
are
here.
too insecure that everything is tied financially.
This ain't
They
that
gotta
panel,
be
bro.
the breadwinner.
Okay,
Let's
come
move
on.
on.
They gotta make
Come
them,
on.
and then you want the
Tyrese, we gotta get
traditional
Freezy
wives
in
that
here.
just stay the fuck at home.
So go
And
ahead.
so I'm trying to figure out from when she
Tyrese,
finds
hold on,
that dude,
Tyrese.
is she just supposed to like
Tyrese,
quit
we gotta
everything?
get everybody in,
bro.
Just
Tyrese.
like,
Hey, come on,
you
go
know?
ahead, Freezy. Go ahead, Freezy.
Yeah, man. How everybody doing? Y'all cooking tonight, man. Y'all, it's a lot
Man.
to it's a
Hey,
lot to
Breezy, I
unpack.
heard some
I
great
see,
stories about you, man.
but I just want to say real quickly, this independent mindset, it's been plaguing Black families for almost 50 years, right? Theoretically, everybody is an autonomous being. You know, everybody can do
I got you, Trisco.
what the hell they want to do, you know, really in real life. But realistically, you know, Tarus, along with a lot of other parents out there that think like him, realistically, they want their daughter to be with a good husband.
Yeah.
A good, wholesome husband that knows how to lead, right? But here's where the problem comes in. There's a lot of fear base that they've been conditioned with since they was kids, because they've heard that most men are dogs. Watch out for this dude. Watch out for that dude. So when they do get with this quintessential husband that, you know, most people want their daughters to be with, they disintegrate it. You know why? Because they come in the marriage with this independent mindset, this fear-based mindset. Whether she makes, listen, it's in this modern day society, let's face it, most marriage couples cannot survive without a two-income household. I mean, if you want to live how you want to live, it's realistic to have a two-income household, but that does not alleviate the roles in the house. And so many times in these spaces, we equate money and finances with roles in the house, and it does not go
It's like
together.
motherfuckers just ignore the fact that I said I'm in a traditional household.
Listen to what I'm saying, because I understand what you're saying, Tyrus. You want your daughters basically to be safe when they're not when they leave the house. You want them to be safe, but for so long we've been giving our daughters a false sense of safehood, thinking that if they establish themselves financially, you know, a nigga can't tell them shit at the end of the day. Even if this dude fuck up on them, they gonna be all right.
That's where we disagree, Freezy. I don't equate those two.
bro.
I don't
They're
equate
gonna
those
be
two,
all
and I
right
can't.
because they've established themselves financially.
I can't.
When they go, what we need to be doing.
Freezy,
And
if that
I've
was true,
heard
I'd be
JT
divorced,
speak on this.
bro.
Black man, lady died, and queen.
If that was
We
true,
need
I'd
to be
be
we need
divorced.
what we need to do is train our daughters to be wives. You know how you do that? Show them how to dress, right?
Bro, I go to Dick's Sporting Goods with the coupons, dog. What are you talking about? You think my daughter's gonna dress
I
like
sat
me,
quiet
bro?
for a while. Just let me do my thing. Show them how to cook. Show them how to be mannerable. Show them how to respect men that deserve to be respected, right? So when they get into these relationships, they know they can identify what a good man is, and they won't be throwing their independence all over the damn place. You can't tell me this, you can't tell me that. I can talk, I don't have to be quiet because you told me to be quiet. That's a recipe for disaster with a good husband, because a good husband is not going to go for that shit. He going to be out the door. But don't you want your daughter with a good husband? It's a recipe for disaster.
Again, I fundamentally disagree, because you keep equating the two. Like, all of a sudden, just because she's independent, meaning she's automatically going to get that energy. You can't tell me shit. Like, That's two
It
different
definitely
things.
is.
Y'all equate that, and I
It
don't.
definitely
If that
is.
was true, I wouldn't be married.
Hey, we got
You know what I mean? Like, I just y'all keep equating that, and I have
hold
too
on,
much
Tyrese.
evidence of that not being
Let me get
true, bro.
illuminated
Like,
in
I'm
here.
sorry, dog. It's
We
just
get
weird.
illuminated.
I just
Freeze,
can't equate that.
Let me just
Freeze
cap
say
off what he
after
said.
Freeze illuminated, get in there, then we get Hink.
Keyword, a good man, a good husband, a stand-up man.
Bro, I keep taking that like a slap in the face. Obviously,
if his wife,
you know what I mean?
if his wife gives him that type of pushback, if it ain't no problems in the house, well, hell, he ain't no damn.
I keep taking this as like slaps in the face, but I'm cool with this, bro. Hey, it's solo dolo anyway.
But go ahead,
I'm just saying, because if
Go
any
ahead,
of this
Illuminated.
is true, I want to see so many of my fellow black men that are my homeboys in successful marriages like me. Like, there's so many examples of black men in great marriages. I just don't know where y'all be getting this shit from. Like,
it ain't just your way, bro.
Dang, bro. Like,
All right, so Illuminated Revelation, thank you for being here tonight. Go ahead, man. Then we'll get Hink in here as well.
Hey, shout out to the panel. Shout out to everybody. Hey, Rob, you from the D?
Oh, yeah, you already know. You know what I'm saying? Boss up, you know?
Shout out to you. You're a good brother. Hey, just listening to the conversation and everything, I agree with majority of what's been said as far as parenting and marriage goes. I do believe that you can have an example as far as a good marriage. I've been married for 40 plus years. So for me, I've raised all my children. They're all grown. They're out of the house. So for me is to what Black Man was saying, you have to train your children up. And then once they get on their own, you give them the guidance, you give them the foundation, you give them everything that they need. And then once they get out there, as far as what we call adulthood and life, they're going to have to make certain decisions. And is that a reflection on you if they make a bad decision? No, that's what's called being adult, because we didn't make all the right decisions when we were growing up. So when it comes to the household, the man is the household. He is supposed to be the prophet, priest, and king of the home, period. So when the woman comes in, despite her education, despite her economic background, despite all that, when the father walks the daughter down the aisle, he is transitioning his guardianship, his covering to that man. So once that man says, I take Sally to be my lawfully wedded wife, we know the vows, we know the ceremony, boom, 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 then they go off and they live their lives. Now, is it wrong for the daughter to come back and talk to Dad Tyrus and say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Depending on what the situation is, yes and no. If it's concerning the marriage, as a father, a good father would say, I understand what you're saying, but you have a husband
good
now.
God, man. Hey, my bad that I want to hook up my daughter with a brokerage account. That way she ain't got to rely on the dude until she finds a good one. My bad, guys. God damn. Jesus Christ. All I want is my daughters to be financially good.
Tyrus, you gotta let him finish, bro. You gotta let him finish, bro.
Hey, Tyrus, let him finish. Let him finish.
Apparently, that's a problem.
You gotta let him finish, Tyrus.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Man, you gotta grow up, brother. Come on, man.
Go ahead and finish Illuminated.
Jesus Christ. You talking to a child.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and cut, Hank. I already know you've been itching over there, so I'm gonna cut mine short because it's gonna be raw when you get up in here. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord when this goes off. But anyway,
let's go, Hank. What you got for us, my brother?
Go ahead, Hank.
I'm just trying to figure out why he calling himself a traditional. Nothing traditional about your marriage, man. Way you just sit there and say it and make the statement you made. Nothing traditional about that, dog. Traditional about raising your kids. Nothing traditional about that. Talking about you're not going to teach them any goddamn thing. So they just out there to fend for themselves. Well, who's educating your daughters, brother? Is your wife doing it? I guess you don't talk now. I'm just trying to figure this out, man. Nothing traditional about what I heard.
I'm trying not to ruin the guidelines from the meeting we had. Yeah. Once again, I do not. No, Hank. I do not understand.
Are you going to answer my question?
You guys to understand.
Are you going to answer my question?
You want me to answer your question or not, bro?
Yeah, I
want
want you to answer. That's what I'm asking. Are you going to answer the question though?
I'm just saying. Okay.
You sound like you're about to give me another lecture. I don't want to hear that. Just answer the question.
I don't understand why you can't get it through your skull that I just want my daughters to go through life and not be financially dependent on a dude, so that they don't have to use that as a reason for why they love somebody, bro. What is so hard about that?
Can I answer being
What's so hard about that?
Yeah, just
but listen what you're saying, dog. So you want an independent daughter where what does she need a man for then?
Wait. So the man's only value is money.
No, what does she need a husband for?
Value is money. That's what you just said, Hank.
No, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening. You said an independent.
Anything I just told you, Hank.
So Tyrese, hold on, Tyrese. Hold on, Tyrese.
I heard what you said, man, and that's what I'm saying. Nothing about.
No, you didn't, because you wouldn't have just said that dumb shit out of your mouth if you did.
Again, you're raising a non-traditional daughter. You're raising a modern daughter, and that's okay if that's what y'all want to do.
Bro.
That's marriage,
go take that shit to a non-modern country, bro. If y'all got such a problem,
hold on, Tyrese. Let me ask you a question.
Go take that shit to a non-modern.
Hey, black man, let me finish my thought.
Y'all waste your time with this dude.
There's plenty of Middle Eastern countries that had American dollars.
Black man, let me finish. Let me finish my thought.
Tyrese, you talking about everything is money. Why you keep bringing up the trust fund?
Tyrese, let me ask you.
I've been waiting to say one thing.
Let me ask you a question, Tyrese.
Why you keep bringing up the trust fund? Ain't all about the American dollar.
Hold on, y'all. Tyrese, do you want your daughter to want?
They can't work. They can't get a grocery.
Tyrese, do you want your daughter to want a man, or do you want your daughter to
die?
Need
you okay?
Yeah, this is funny, man.
Hey, Tyrese,
I'm goofy at best, so don't mind me. I'm trying to be respectful in a way.
Tyrese,
do you want your daughter to want? Tyrese,
I like what
you
said.
Want your daughter to want a man or need a man?
Tyrese, I agree with everything you're saying right now.
Hey, give me 1 minute with him being mute.
Go ahead, just go.
Tyrese, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm not coming at you trying to attack you because I think I feel your heart on this. This is the thing that I want to say. Why not? If you're saying you don't want her to have to depend on a man and possibly be put in a bad decision, why not have her depend on you until she gets? Because I think
my role as a father, like to have the brokerage account and the things and investment goals, like that's what I'm doing. I'm obligated to.
Okay, that's not really your role as a father, but
you were just sitting there talking about it's not about money, but that's all you've been talking about.
Bro, okay, Hank. Let's say in a perfect world that your son is perfect for my daughter, but he only makes $55K. If my daughter's making $105K, I want her to still choose your son because your son is the best for my daughter regardless of income. What is so wrong about that?
Let me tell you this, dog. Let me tell you this.
About that?
Let me tell you this why. Since you're raising your daughter with, listen. Since you raised your daughter with that modern mindset, there's no way she would take a $50,000 man.
Oh,
like she could bully him.
Hey, that kind of shit is why there's so many lonely ass.
She's not gonna listen to that man.
So many women who got it, who just want y'all to.
If she anything like you, I know she's not gonna listen to that man. You can't even listen. So you're being a bad example of a bad listener.
To my wife, maybe y'all could clone me.
Oh shit! Jesus Christ, poor guy. Like a child, no, you need to grow up, man.
Bro, no, you need to grow up, man. This is why male loneliness.
Hey, black man. Black man.
Hey, so we gotta let Illuminator finish his point.
You really wouldn't want my daughter to choose your son because
I don't argue with kids.
Okay, but Tyro, do you want your daughter to bring that her fucking money, you know what I'm saying, in a dude face all the time? Because a dude don't want to hear that shit. A dude don't want to hear, well, my daddy put money in the trust fund for me.
Women, bro. Y'all see, that's what I'm saying. I know too many women who don't do that. Y'all, that's y'all insecurities. Y'all think because you make that much money and you get into the arguments, you start bringing up money all the fucking time in arguments. Women don't do that shit. Some women do.
Shit.
Some women fucking do, bro. Y'all be bringing that.
Shit, that's a
I
lie.
got a question.
That is a lie.
What?
Taruz,
My
I got a
wife makes
question.
more money than me right now. We've
No,
never
no.
gotten into an argument where she's like, well, will I make more money? Shit, never,
You
bro.
can't change your daughter mindset,
The
bro.
lady trying to
Your
speak, guys.
mindset, how you think of
Hold on,
things,
the
is
lady-
not your
the lady
daughter
trying to speak,
mindset,
guys.
bro.
Lady, now go ahead,
Let me,
sweetheart.
let
The
me
lady
tell you,
trying
gonna
to speak.
train her friends who's gonna be our biggest influence, not you. Because when she gets out on her own, when she turns 19, off of that college, she's gonna be listening and learning from her friends. Whatever you teach her, it's over.
And the
She's
next
gonna be
female
influenced
rapper's
by
coming
that.
up too. She gonna listen to them.
So the lady wanted to speak. Lady, now go ahead, sweetheart.
So
Oh.
Taruz,
Now
I'm
get
not
you
trying to
down,
get
lady,
in
got you.
personal business, but I'm just trying to see if this is a
No, y'all
point
good.
here.
Y'all good. I love it.
When it comes to your money, do you guys put it in one pot or you guys separate your money?
We put it in one pot, and then I got my financial system, so like with my investments and everything like that. But again, I've had to use more of our money because I've just been so used to just paying for everything.
So when
What
you
about
teach,
that's traditional, dog?
when you teach your daughters,
Why you keep calling yourself traditional?
Having
That's
a
not
joint bank
traditional,
account
dog.
is not traditional.
No, it's not.
What?
No, it's not. You saying your money?
What? Having
You
a
saying
joint
your
bank
money?
account is
No,
not
listen what you said. You said your money. It's our money. If that's your wife, it's our money. She don't have any her money. It's not her
Joint
money.
bank
It's
account
not
implies ours, doesn't it? Joint bank account.
No,
Doesn't
it
that
doesn't.
already,
Because
isn't
what
that
else you
already
do?
implied, Hink?
Tarus, how about
Hink,
you
that's
listen?
already implied.
Calm down. How about
No,
listen?
Hink.
No, you sit there and say my money, my
implied.
financial. You didn't say
Joint
our
bank
financial,
account.
our money. That's what you said. So now what's the
joint to?
That's not what you said,
connect.
dog.
Connect.
Maybe I'm the only one who heard it.
No,
Am
you
I
heard.
wrong?
Maybe I'm the only one who knows complex fucking language.
So
I
he
understand.
answered the
Goddamn.
question. He said that he has one pot, but he said her money, like I guess the money she make, instead of saying our money.
No,
but
no.
you
He
do
said,
have no.
Lady
Go
Di, he said my financials, and I had to use more her financials. That's what he said.
It does not say Reggie on there.
He
It
said
doesn't
he
say
need
Man,
her money
we are
when he gets
fucked.
broke.
on that registered nurse paycheck. You get
He
what I
said
mean?
he need her money when he get broke.
There
You in
go.
Lansing or you in
That's
Lansing or
not
Detroit?
That's not traditional.
So the point I'm trying to make here is.
Oh, you mean traditional, like a stay-at-home wife traditional?
No,
absolutely.
Then what are you talking about, Hank? What's not traditional about a joint bank account?
Listen, but yours is not joint. When you talk about my financial, I had to borrow some money because I'm short on her money. That's not
No, I
traditional.
said I had to stop. I said because she wanted to put in more to the bills that I had to use shorten the amount of money I put into the bills because she wanted to pay more now that she made more. What?
Okay.
Hey, what is
all right, brother?
That's really hard to grasp.
No, because you're lying. Because
How?
now you're trying to change the story
Dude,
up.
she has a job. It goes into the same bank account that my paycheck goes into. The same bank account. What's so hard of joint bank account? What?
So,
You don't do that, Hank?
I'm gonna bring it back real quick. I'm gonna bring it back to the dark thing real quick.
No. I'm not gonna let y'all walk on this. Do you guys not have it where if both of you guys have a job and you got a paycheck, it goes into the same bank account? That's not traditional.
Well, what you meant by when you said you pay all the bills and when you run out of
Bro,
money, you use
Breezy,
her
remember
money.
when I told you that when we first moved here and my wife was going to college, I paid for everything? And now that she's an RN and she makes her own money, she wants to contribute to the bills. And so I've had to
her own money. It's our money, dog. It's our money. It's never hers or mine. It's ours.
How is it her own money?
Words, dog.
How is it her
I'm
own money
not
when
working in
y'all
that
have a
hospital
joint?
doing the 12-hour shifts. What the fuck you talking about?
Tyrus, how is
Bro,
it
but
her
y'all
own
under
money
one
when
roof,
y'all have
bro.
a
Y'all
joint
made a
bank
family
account?
together.
That's what the joint bank. That's why it comes into the same bank account.
But how is it her own money when
guy.
y'all have a joint bank account? I'm confused.
Wait, so you think that's my job? Like I'm an RN too because she's an RN?
No,
Yes.
what I'm saying is, you
what the
said
hell
y'all
is
have
going
to
on?
As well, because
wait.
her check is my check.
No,
Driscoll,
Hank,
Driscoll.
because he got to explain this. He got to explain this.
Hank talking about
He
yes.
said
We're
when
RN now.
he said when his wife gets paid and when he gets paid, it goes into a joint bank account. That's cool. But how is it that she has her own money and y'all end up spending her own money if y'all have a joint bank account?
Let him respond, y'all. Let everybody just one mic. Go ahead.
I do not understand the basis of this question because the joint bank account implies that all of our paychecks goes into the same bank account.
So your bank account, so I know joint bank account. So you got a bank account where you have deposited into your checking, and then there's a deposit in her checking. And then when
we get into the same checking account.
Got you. Okay, got it. That's one
It's
pot.
the same checking account.
Using different words. Y'all can say he lying.
No.
Yeah,
that ain't what he.
That
The checking account is a joint bank account.
He's all as his
the
point.
same
Women's
checking
always saving it. Don't save it.
Well, how you know
That's
what's
what I've
her-
been saying the entire time.
No, it's not.
That's
No,
not
it's
what
not,
you've
no.
been saying. Listen.
Yes, I have. Dog, run
How
the
do you
tape back.
know?
Run
How
the
do you
fucking
know?
tape back,
There you
bro.
go. About to
Bro,
go
hell
off
no.
again.
How do you know? How do you know
Okay,
what's her money then?
You act like an emotional
okay.
teenage girl.
And one mic, guys. One mic. So
Nice.
Illuminate Revelation. Go ahead and finish your thought, and then we'll get to Driscoll.
So
I know
what
I'm
else
getting
would be
Driscoll
the
to preach on
paycheck
this.
that comes in every 2 weeks then? That comes
Go
in
ahead.
from her.
Wait.
What-
I
I don't
wasn't done
understand
with my
that.
point. Hold
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry, Lady Di. I'm sorry,
So I'm
sweetheart. Go ahead.
saying, okay, that's what's up. So you teaching your daughters, so because y'all brought up an example talking about if she meets a man that makes 55 and she makes 100, whatever. So you're teaching your daughters that if she meets a man that is qualified to be her husband, except the financial part, right, is not higher than hers, that you are teaching her it's okay to be with him regardless of his money and to still be married to this man. And you're going to teach her to have one pot, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Until he tells her to be quiet.
So this is the thing. I'm gonna say two things.
Go ahead, Driscoll.
Is that wrong, by the way?
Illuminate, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you have all the time you want. Driscoll, go ahead and say that. He said got two things, and then I'm gonna get illuminated here.
No, bro, it ain't about right or wrong, bro.
Go ahead, Driscoll.
I personally know a couple that got married. The woman had an inheritance, a healthy amount. The guy made like $60K. She married and is fully in love with him. So I get where he's coming from, kinda, but I don't think a woman who makes her own six figures is ever going to marry a guy that makes 50K. I've never seen it in my life. Now, with that said,
you just pointed out one.
No. What I pointed out is one that had an inheritance. It wasn't her earned money.
We talking about starting off.
Bro, it doesn't matter. It's the money. The income's the same regardless of how they got it.
I'm gonna tell you why it matters. I think the independent mindset comes with women that go out here and earn their money. I think if she comes from a father who as her provider, protector, who led her and taught her how to be a wife, she would look for something in a husband similar and not see it the same manner as an independent woman, possibly. That's why the point that I was going to make is, instead of teaching them to be independent, for one, I think we shouldn't be talking about marriage at 27. I think she should be trying to marry earlier, first off. Second of all, the burden of responsibility ultimately falls on your wife to teach her how to be a wife by her example, and you are teaching her what her husband's supposed to look like by your example.
Correct.
And that's what's being missed in the conversation.
I want to give a little pushback too. I've actually
Wait, so am I supposed to speak for my wife now?
Oh, you
I don't know what your wife did, so that wasn't a shot.
Bro. Come on, bro.
No,
I'm sorry.
Driscoll,
Come on, bro.
No, Driscoll, a good dude, man. He asks
No,
questions.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Right,
what's
he's a
going
very
on.
intellectual person that he's just asking questions about. Like,
that's
so
fine,
ask your
bro,
question again,
but
Driscoll.
y'all keep taking these little sniper rounds, and I'm just trying to figure out why is it that simply making sure that my daughters don't have to choose a guy based on finances is such a big fucking controversial point.
But just because you tell her that doesn't mean she's gonna just listen to you, bro.
And just because
she got her own mind.
And just because she might drive off a cliff doesn't mean she will rob. God damn.
Hey, hold on, Tyrus.
So scary.
Hold on, Tyrus. I'm gonna tell you from
God
experience.
damn, dog. Y'all, hey man, who
Tyrus,
hurt y'all?
how many you have two daughters, 14 and 12, right?
Damn.
You have two daughters, 14 and 12, right?
Yeah.
I have three, 19, 14, and 12.
Great.
And hold on, my daughter's in college. Let me tell you from experience. Y'all know my pedigree. I teach my daughter everything, right? I teach her how this is how you do this, how you do this. When you meet a man, this is how you carry yourself. You allow a man to be a man, blah, 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 all these other stuff, life lessons, right? Her mom, myself, other people, right? My daughter, all that teaching, that shit went out the window when she went to college. My daughter called me and say, Daddy, what I'm supposed to do? I said, well, baby, I already put you up on game.
You said the most important thing tonight right there. That's what's being missed in this.
I already put you up on
What,
game, baby.
college?
It's an indoctrination.
They're a bunch of horny teenagers at college.
Again, I sit there and
What the
told
fuck?
you.
What am
I said her biggest influence is going to be her peers.
Yes.
Yes.
Her biggest influence
She's
going to
not
be her
gonna be-
peers.
she's not-
And
I
so
think we all-
Is a one tackhead influence is going to switch the game up on her.
Yep,
Then
that's
what
what
you
happened.
gonna do?
That's what happened to my daughter. Hey, Illuminate Revelation, go ahead. I'm sorry. But thank you for being patient, my brother. Go ahead, Illuminate.
We'll have a congregational meeting in the back, sir. We'll discuss this in the back.
I gotta go to bed.
Bless you,
Yeah.
dog.
Well, no. Yeah. But anyway, the thing that I keep hearing, and one of the things that is misrepresented is, especially what Driscoll said, and he's actually right. What happened is we have women looking for men when men are to find the wife. So I believe maybe caught up in the emotion and in the conversation and everything, you know, when you say, I'm going to have my daughter find or do, and with today's mindset and today's space and today's social economic society, most six-figure women are not going to date or marry below their income. That's just
So then what is the solution? See, this is where you guys keep
Let him finish. Let him finish.
What
Let
is
him
the
finish.
no? What is the solution?
Let
I'm
him-
tired of dancing around the circle.
No, we ain't dancing.
What
Let
is
him
the
finish, bro.
solution for guys like me who have daughters? Are you then saying, Illuminated, that I should tell my daughters, hey, don't go for the six-figure job. Don't work on your career while you're single
We
because
never said
you're
that,
gonna
bro.
fuck up.
Bro,
your
you just gotta listen right now, man. You're not listening, bro.
No, because y'all not saying anything, bro.
Peace
It's
be
do y'all
still.
not understand what kind of world we live in right now?
Bro, just listen. Can you just listen one time, dog? Let my man finish.
And I think that's what Illuminated Revelation is getting to. The world,
No,
how the world has changed. Women mindsets are different. And watch this. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
Y'all keep saying the same shit. What are the solutions?
Dude, listen. Let me tell you something. Let's say, visit your daughter have $150,000.
I wasn't finished.
All right, I'm gonna get to Revelation. I got you. 150. I'm just gonna interject just a second. $150,000, right? And he makes $50,000, right? No. Watch this. She's all good with it. She's in love with him. Relationship's working. And then what Hink says could take place, right? It could be like
could,
yes. And what could take place is, girl, you make 150, and he ain't got no. He making 45, and you making what? Right? Influence. I don't care what nobody say. I'm gonna say this. I'm trying to stay holy, but Lord, just forgive me for this one. Influence is a motherfucker. And I don't care what nobody say. Influence is a motherfucker. And I'm telling you right now, with a 19-year-old daughter, that influence is a motherfucker. It is.
Bro, I swear, am I supposed to be scared of my own shadow?
Not
like when I walk
don't be
outside
scared. What I'm saying
y'all
to you,
so scary about
what I'm saying is, bro, all
life
the
is a fucking risk when you wake up.
if
Bro.
you want to
That's
make
life.
God
Like,
laugh, tell him your plans.
Bro.
Okay, hold on, Tyrus. I'm gonna leave you alone. Illuminated Revelation. Go ahead and finish your point. Ain't nobody else gonna interrupt him because we got to address Chastity Wells with this experience in life. I hate when people say that. I love you, Chastity. I miss you. I ain't seen you in a long time, baby. But we got to address that living life. That's just horrible.
20 people get bit by sharks. Never go in the ocean.
And boy, listen, I'm gonna tell you like my mom said, keep living. Go ahead, Mr. Wells. I mean, Mr. That's it, Mr. Wells. Illuminated Revelation. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well,
People
He
die
look
by
like
random
a
plane
mentally
shit
ill, bro.
flying, debris flying from the ground.
to
Never go outside. You'll get struck
to
by.
Hank's point,
Jesus
he's
Christ.
absolutely correct, because influence is correct. We have, for those of us who've been on this earth more than 40 and 50 years, have seen two parent household, good income, good family, and they go left. Some go extremely left. And then you also have life to where once they get out there and they become their own quote unquote adult. I don't like saying using the word independent. Once they become an adult, they begin to make their own decisions. It's almost like, how many families have we seen, Lady Di, DL, how many families have we seen, one family, 4 or 5 children grow up in the same household, and two of them is like, and the other two is like, what the heck happened? That's life. So what we're trying to, what from what I'm understanding, what these brothers and sisters trying to tell you, Tarus, is not that we're not telling you not to plan. We're not trying to tell you not to teach your daughters, instruct your daughters, guide your daughters, but allow them, once they get out there, they're going to make their own decision as an adult. That's just a fact. That's just going to happen.
See, once again, you're not saying anything because I literally said the same shit and the whole panel's yelling at me, Illuminated.
I got your answer, Tarus.
Hold up, bro. No, I'm sorry. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all keep dancing around in circles. What are the solutions?
I got you. The solution is to train her under your covering. Not send her out to be independent. And let me explain what I'm saying. If it's important to you for her to go off to college, or to go to college, let me correct, not go off to college, then let her stay home under your covering, still learn and glean from your wife, learn how to exist under your unit and your masculine protection, so she doesn't see life in an independent manner. Let her get a degree in something that's going to benefit you and the unit, so she understands that when she becomes married, that's still her role to the man that she's married to, is to be his helpmate and not an independent person. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's important to do that.
Okay.
This is why women are modern, more specifically modern women are racking up bodies by default. And what I mean by default is they're not going, most women aren't going out there just spreading their legs and just messing with a bunch of dudes on purpose. No. They're ending up with different guys because it keeps not working out. It doesn't work out with this guy. Then they go to another guy. It doesn't work out with that guy. Then they'll go to what you should train. We should the child that should be protected the most and trained to be protected the most is the daughter. Because you don't want her to get out there and be dysfunctional with her husband to be. Then she had a good husband initially. He don't want to deal with that BS, right? Now she's out there again. She got her own money. She good. She got a good career. She good. That part has been taken care of. But guess what? She's forced to go out there in the wilderness again and deal with another dude. Now you got another body on. That's what we're trying to avoid. What you should be asking yourself, Tarus, what's more important? Them being independent, financially independent, or them having a functional marriage for the rest of their lives? These are the two questions you must ask. We're not saying that being financially independent isn't important, but what we're saying is, if you had to juggle the two, if you had to weigh both, which one is more important?
It's not either or.
Yes, it is.
You motherfuckers still don't.
Yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is. And I just told you why it's either or.
No, it's not, bro. Again, if it was true, I'd be divorced. No cap. Breezy, like you capping right now, because if it was true, I'd be divorced.
No, what I'm saying is this is how a lot of modern women get caught in this.
Right. So get the software update, bro. You could get the software update, or you could go out like dinosaurs. It's your choice.
All I'm trying to do is help young women avoid having sex with different men
Body count.
when they don't even want
And
to.
all I want to do is make sure that when my daughters vet a guy, it ain't because of his wallet. It's because he's a great dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am really sorry.
Notice
Stay right there.
Notice what he just said. Notice what he just
all the
said.
good guys.
Notice what he just said, JT.
Exactly, bro. I see
Notice
you,
what he just
Illuminated.
said.
I see you.
Nothing about your situation traditional.
Hank,
Again.
hold up, Hank.
All right,
Notice
bro.
what he
That's
just
cool.
said. When my daughters vet this guy,
You
there
should be
is
doing
no
this.
way a
As
woman
man,
is supposed
as
to
a
vet.
father, that's your goddamn job, dude.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's your job to vet
That's
your
your job.
So
That is your job.
So going on
You
a
are
date,
your
going on
goddamn
a
life.
date. That's not when women vet the guys. When they
Hell
go on a
no.
date?
No, she bring him
You gotta
to you.
impress me,
She
goddamn
bring
it.
him to you.
Oh, so
You
there's no
vet his
date
ass.
nights. There's no
Hold on,
movie
hold on, hold
nights,
on, hold
there's
on,
no
hold on,
none
hold
of
on,
that
panel.
shit
Rob,
anymore.
Rob.
Oh damn, no,
Rob,
hey,
how
no
many
going to
children?
the
Rob,
skate
how many
rink,
children you
no,
got?
no go salsa dancing, nothing like
Got
that.
3 girls.
Okay, you got
Straight to
3
the fucking
girls. How old
father's
are they?
crib. Yeah, y'all.
I want to answer, Patori. All right, I got
Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
1-year-old, 4, and 7.
Okay,
Well, I was
so
about
they
to say,
still young. So as you're
Yeah.
raising your girls up, and when they get to that age, based on what's going on in society, based on the social construct of what's going on, just by meeting you on this panel, I already know what the time it is for you. Before anybody comes through the door, you're going to meet them at the door.
You're damn
You're
right.
going to vet him
Damn
at
right.
the door.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yes, sir.
even before
She'd
he even
probably be
steps
on
foot,
like 3 dates with that dude before she even brought him to the crib.
Bro, okay, let me hear him out.
please continue.
Let me hear him
What?
out, bro. Let me hear him
Okay,
out.
so here's my thing. You know, when and most of the people on this panel that have children can attest to this. And Lady Dot, when I'm in a relationship, oh really? Let me meet him. So he comes and he talks to the father. The father has conversations, old school. You want to talk about tradition? What are your intentions with my daughter? What do you plan on doing? I know I say this on all the panels. The definition and the institution of marriage has not changed.
At all.
Period. None. Y'all can redefine it. You can do whatever the heck you want. It
Come
will
on.
not change.
Come on, man. You
Okay.
preaching.
It's solid.
Yep.
So the father vets the young man, and like you say, before they go on a date, he talks to him. Now it can get to the point to where they may not go out on a date because the father will say no, because that is your responsibility as a father and as her covering, because you want her to avoid, to Freezy point, body counts. In today's social construct, they flipped it. Now women are trying to get with as many men as possible. Since y'all want to run through women back in the day, we're going to run through many as men. So that's where pair bonding and all that other stuff comes in. That's another conversation. But you as a covering, as a father, and she being your daughter, you are her covering. So she is not to step. I mean, yeah, there's going to be things going on in school. You're not going to be around her 24/7. I got it. But the relationship between the father and the daughter, it has to be where, hey, if you, like Black Man said, I schooled my daughter before she went to college.
Exactly.
So now I gave her the game. So now, hey, sweetheart, if there's anything you need to talk to me about, and I do mean anything, come to me first. And then they'll listen to, like Hank said, the influence, they'll listen to that. But then there's that other person in the ear, what their father told them. And they say, you know what? I'm not rolling with y'all. I can't rock with y'all with that right now. I'm going to go this way. Girl, you need to come on this. No, I'm going to go this way. And then they turn out better. So all I'm trying to tell you, brother, is you got to be their covering. You've got to be their covering, period.
Think about what you just said.
That's that balance.
Didn't you just describe my daughter at 22 years old with her own apartment, living in her own city, having to vet the guy that she's going on a date before she brings him home? Isn't that what I just fucking said?
No.
No. So hold on. So
Again,
for me,
you're lying and you're changing your words.
Tarus, hold on, Tarus. For me, my 19-year-old brought her boyfriend here.
Bro, black man, if she goes to Ohio State, that's 2 hours away. She's not going to bring her first date to
How
my
you got
house,
some
dog.
pushback from what he
What
just
the
said, bro?
fuck?
How the fuck
She's
you
not
get any
gonna
pushback
do a
from
road
that?
trip to
Okay,
meet
hold on.
the first guy she brings home on the
Information
date,
man
bro.
has something.
What?
Information man has something real important here. He
I
says
don't get it.
It's about trying to prevent your daughter from becoming
a baby
mama. And so my thing is this. If you want to have influence on your daughter just like the world did, you can't prevent outside influences. You can't. But you have to offset it. Like Hink said. You have to have a
kill
balance.
yourself when you
have
find
to have
out.
a balance. That's why when we was growing up and our mama told us something, even when we did stupid shit, you could still hear your voice as mom in the back of your head. What the hell are you doing?
Once again, if my daughter is living out of state and she's 23 years old, are you saying that the dude that she plans on dating, the first thing she's supposed to do is fly back to Cleveland, Ohio, and let me meet him first?
No,
it ain't got to be the first thing. She better be. Wait. She better be planning on bringing her ass there on Thanksgiving or Christmas or goddamn on break with that motherfucker if she's serious about it.
So before she actually,
But if she got a daddy like you, hey, look, you'll let that shit fly. All right.
So she's supposed to actually bring a stranger to come meet me first before she actually bets.
It ain't no stranger once he done made a baby mama, is it? It ain't a stranger once he done hit that. Once he done hit that goddamn nookie.
Okay, so she's living in a different state before she dates.
How do you
Before she goes on the first date, I gotta meet the guy.
Why don't you fly out there then? Fly out there.
Exactly. Let me tell you something. Now, Tyrus, let me tell you what happened, Driscoll and Tyrus and Hink. Let me tell you what happened. My daughter came home. She's 19. My daughter came home and she came in the house and she chilling and she got all dressed up and she walked past me. I said, where you going? She said, I'm going out. I said, going out with who? She said, I'm going out with my friends. I said, what's their names? Oh, I'm going to my friend's house. What's your friend's house? What's going on over there? Who gonna be over there? What's the address? If I don't know this, you ain't going nowhere because I am your covering. You ain't finna be at no parties. You ain't finna be going. And she got mad. I said, you can get mad. You can get glad. Until you are from under my covering, I am your protection. And I'm never going to put you in a place or be okay with you being in a place that I am not in arm's reach or I'm not there to cover my child. That's my.
What kind of message does that send your daughter? Hey, your man can never trust you outside of his eyesight. Whoa,
dude, that's
Man,
my.
You a piece of work, Tyrus. I don't even know how you trolling yourself.
Tyrus.
No, bro, y'all just got so much trust issues.
Dude, Tyrus.
Evidently, you the one with the trust
issues, man.
Tyrus, my daughter is under my covering until I give her away. And I'm going to protect my daughter at all costs. Period.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was traditional, Tyrus. That's traditional.
That's traditional.
No, again, Lady Di, I told you nothing traditional about what he talking about. That was a goddamn.
That's not a traditional marriage.
No,
that might be a
nothing
traditional
about what you
lifestyle.
do with traditional.
Okay.
Nothing about what you don't.
If my daughter's want to go to college,
you gonna rely on your daughter. You gonna rely on a young lady to vet.
Hey, can I get a couple peaceful questions in?
Really sorry, my bad.
Women can't vet men, and that's why a lot of these women have issues.
Hey, bro. Hey, I don't know shit about marriages, bro. Hey, I only been at this
because they can't vet men.
I know shit about.
But you're gonna leave your child. You're gonna leave your child to vet a man instead of you being a man that you supposed to be.
Hey, what's your resume, by the way?
Hey, it's not gonna be productive, bro. I was gonna ask a couple peaceful questions.
Hold on. So Tyrus, my thing is this: when my daughter says I'm dating someone, immediately my daddy senses come on. It's like fucking Spider-Man, right? Because at that moment, I want to know who he is, who his people is, where he from, where I can find him at, in case he do something to my daughter. I don't know this man's mindset. I don't know his body. I don't know what this man's capable of. So I need to know how he looks, where he hang out, and that's what I'm going to do. And when she brought that dude here, and she told me, this my boyfriend. I said, okay. I shook his hand, looked him dead in his eyes. Understand, motherfucker, you get twisted. I'm her protection. You're done. Let me give you this, bro, because this I'm gonna give you this because everybody on this panel know, but you weren't here. You just became part of the family, and I know Lady Di as well. But I'm gonna tell you this: my daughter was working. She had a job at 16 years old. I bought her a car. She was 16 years old. She drove to work. My daughter called my phone one night and said, "Daddy, there's a man following me." I said, okay, baby. I said, okay, baby, just walk. I said, where you at? She said, I'm on the side of my building at my job. He behind me. I heard my daughter say, "Daddy, run it." I heard my daughter scream, and everything in me left me. I didn't know what to do, but I knew where she was. So guess what? I get in my truck. I get there. When I get there, this motherfucker was still pulling the handle on my daughter's car. I pulled the gun out of my car because he's a dead man. He's dead. I'm already finna bury him. He gone. I get the 9mm. I pull it out. I told my son, duck, because my son was finna beat his ass. Duck. He runs into a crowd of people. I can't shoot him because I may hit a straight bully. They ain't got no name. Somebody gonna get hit. I go to jail for murder. I'm going to go around. He ran in the damn gas station, locked himself in the bathroom. I asked the lady at the counter, "Where's the key to that bathroom?" She said, "Here it is right here." I get the key from the bathroom. I'm enraged. I get the key to the bathroom. I go in the bathroom and I beat this motherfucker within an inch of his fucking life for even trying to attempt to get close to my fucking daughter. So do you think for 1 minute I would allow a boyfriend or a motherfucker that I don't know who probably playing games, or trying to play games with my daughter's head, or may have a temper tantrum with my daughter one day, or do something to my daughter? You think I'm finna have my daughter uncovered and I don't know where she is, who she around, where she hang out at, who she with? It's crazy to me, bro.
I mean, yeah, if she's a grown adult with her own apartment living out of state, you kind of have to, right?
Bro, if some shit go down, bro, I'm emptying everything in that truck out there and it's full.
Yeah.
It's
that's
over.
fine.
I'm not playing with
Thankfully, that doesn't happen
but
all
dude,
the time to all
I'm
women.
trying to get you to understand how I'm trying to get you
Bro,
to understand.
you don't have to get me to understand anything because y'all live on the fringes and in the shadows.
Bro, oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro.
That's cool, bro.
Just for everybody out there watching, y'all. Hey, for everybody out there watching, I know I've been quiet, y'all. I'm just waiting for final thoughts, just so y'all know. Because a lot of people hear me like, "Yo, saying you just sitting there." I'm here. I'm listening. I'm taking it in, and I'm just waiting for final thoughts.
I have to go to Black Men on Tuesday.
That's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get everybody final thoughts right now. So, Lady Di, we'll start with you first. DL Saint, we'll get you last. Lady Di, thank you for being here tonight. I pray you come back because, man, you said next Tuesday's on Talk That Talk Tuesday, guys. So she's gonna come and be with us on Talk That Talk Tuesday. But thank you so much for being here. What are your final thoughts, sweetheart?
Okay, so yeah, thanks for inviting me. You don't have to give me the stage.
Yeah, I got to. I want to put some light on you because we don't know how to follow you, how to subscribe to your channel.
Okay, so I'm dating to marriage support. I go by Lady Di, DTM, which is dating to marriage support. I teach women how to find a suitable partner, spouse, mate, however you want to call it. I teach women how to be women. I teach women how to be wives. My husband is also on the channel, so he does the same. He helps support, men and women as well. But thanks for having me on. I wanted to say something about the parenting really quick. I think that, we as parents should definitely raise our kids how we want to see them in the world. So you give them, the lecture telling them, hey, this is what's right, this is what's wrong. You still give them the option to choose, obviously, but you want to show them how, you should conduct yourself in the world because the world is not nice. I feel that you should not give them so much freedom and let them do what they want. Let's say as a father, if you're a leader in your house, you still have to be a leader to a daughter. Males are different. You teach your males how to be leaders in the house, and then you kind of let them grow, and find their way as a man. But as a woman, to be protected and all that, woman needs special privilege, and it comes from the dad. So you got to teach them the right things and don't let them be so free, because free women, that's not getting nowhere today. So all these free women are doing what they want to do, and you see where that's leading them. So I wouldn't say that, but that's all I want to say. I'll be here on Tuesday next week.
And what's your channel again? Tell everybody what your channel is.
Dating to marriage support. And it's at Lady Di DTM. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel, Dating to Marriage Support.
All right, and I'm about to put it in. I got it already. I'm putting it in the chat right now, guys. So you guys
Also,
can go
I have live shows every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. I also do live shows on Fridays sometimes, but Monday and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. is my normal show. I help and coach couples online for free. And I bring a lot of diversity to my channel. Like today, before I got on here, my live was about arranged marriages. I had somebody on there actually doing that in the process. So definitely check out my channel.
Now, I definitely want to be a part of that as well to support your channel. So you could DM me. We got a crew over here that definitely wants to support anybody that's building their network, their channel, or what they're trying to do. And we could definitely come over and give some insight. But we want to help you, sister. So want to make sure that let us know. All right. So when you said Monday and Wednesday, right?
Monday and Wednesday. But I'm gonna DM you because I have a question I want to ask you too about that. But yes, Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Okay, absolutely. Whatever you need, we're here to support you, sis. Whatever you need. I just put her link in the chat, guys. So everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat, make sure you go and subscribe right now. Let's get her up. All right, it's in there right now. All right, thank you so much, lady. You have a good night, and DM me, and I'll get back with you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
All right, I gotta get out of here.
All right, I'm gonna let you go. Illuminate it. Go ahead.
Yeah. We're gonna have a one-on-one, Mr. Black Man Unfiltered.
I know, man. I know, brother. Hey, but you know what? You know what I like about you, Illuminated Revelation, before you go, is that the fact that I connected with everything that you're going to say. Before you even say it, I knew where you were going when it came to the whole daughter situation because you came from a biblical text. The text says, "He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and finds favor in the Lord." Right. So that's the scripture that you were reflecting on.
Correct.
So if everything's out of line, if a woman is looking for a man, then that woman is out of line. And when she gets that man, that relationship will be out of line no matter how much each other make, because it's not done in the order that it should be done in.
That is correct. I'm just gonna make mine short and sweet because I'm already getting checked by my significant other. So I gotta get off this panel. No, I gotta get out of here. But anyway, I enjoyed the conversation. And Tarus, no one is trying to steer you wrong. We just want to give you good wisdom and understanding for those who've gone through what you're about ready to go through. A lot of us have raised families and daughters and sons. So I just want to wish you the best and just take this and rewind it and just take a second look, because wisdom is not always going out there experiencing things. A lot of times wisdom is learning some things, learning what the mistakes I've made, some of the vice and some of the things and the mistakes and missteps that I've done in my life. So that's what I try to come on the panels and do. No one is perfect. No one has all the answers. But if you just listen, and what we're building over here with these brothers over here and some of the people that are networking with each other, you'll be surprised what's going to come out of all this. So I just want to encourage everybody, love everybody on the panel. Peace, God bless. And I'll be back.
Illuminated. All right, man. See you later, man. I'll DM you tonight because I have to ask you a question as well, brother.
Okay, brother. God bless. All right, JT.
God bless you, brother.
Oh, man.
All right, man. Thank you for Illuminated. Hey, Driscoll TV, our new father. Hey, man. Thank you for your perspective, man. Thank you for your wife's perspective. I follow your wife, man. She be spitting that game and you be splitting it as well. But, bro, I'm mad at you, Driscoll, bro. Let me tell you why. Because you're doing music without me. And I'm trying to see why me and you ain't collabed on no music yet, bro. But we need to figure that out, man. But go ahead, Driscoll. What's your final thoughts, man?
Well, yeah, on the music tip, I had no idea that was your thing. So, yeah, we're going to make that happen.
Yes, make it happen, man.
But back on the topic, it's difficult, because I understand where Tarus was coming from. You get so many messages in today's society. And as a man, as a leader, I think we just have to close our ears to everything except God's wisdom. And when I look in the Bible, when I see men who found wives, you found them at the father's crib. You found them doing things within the family unit, and you've seen the principles and the values that made you want a wife. That's why I plan to keep my daughters. My daughters ain't going out into the world to experience anything outside of my covering. I don't got to worry about what's going on in Ohio. They're going to be here working within the family business, working within our unit, understanding what it means to be under a man's covering and leadership until the next man that I give her away to takes over the job that I had already began.
I love it, bro.
So, like I said, if college is your thing, you know, if she got some shit, cool. But my guidance is always going to be to keep it within something that's going to build the unit, not go do something that's going to help you make enough money to not need a man. Because once that mindset comes in, I don't think there's no coming back from that usually. With that said, you know, me and my wife were always advocates for marry young. I'm going to keep preaching that. My 12-year-old can cook better than most of the women I'm running into nowadays. She competing with the wife now. She knows how to take care of kids. At 12 years old, you know, she's already seeing these values. My wife is teaching her, meet me at the door when I come home. She's learning how to treat me like a king in the house. So it won't be foreign to her when a man comes in to give her his last name. So I think a lot of that has to start before they turn 18. But I don't think if you missed a couple steps on that, it's necessarily too late. You know, but it has to be something we're intentional about. So thank you for this conversation. Thank you for the opportunity to come up here and get my piece.
Absolutely, Driscoll, man. Much love to you, man. And God bless you and your wife and your kids, man. May you guys completely continue to prosper, brother. And good luck to you on being a new daddy, man.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Have a good night, my brother. Queen Smiley Rules is in the building tonight. Queen Smiley. Before you go, ladies and gentlemen, Queen Smiley has just suffered with COVID. And after COVID, this is how she looks recovering from COVID. We told her earlier, if she looks like this after recovery of COVID, somebody may need to go catch it. I know a couple of booger wolves that need to catch COVID. And because listen, let me preach
devil thought he had me.
If the booger wolves get the COVID, they may come out looking like you. Wow, there's some baby mamas out here need booger wolves. They need a booger wolf session.
I need you to stop your stuff. I just need you to stop your stuff because I'm not going to be playing with you. Okay? My eyes burning from all the dust on this panel today.
Go ahead.
Oh my God.
If we're going to come out with a new medicine,
Great conversation.
We're going to call it Queen Kavita.
So,
20.
I'm sorry, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
I can't wait. Oh man, y'all so childish sometimes. For everybody in the chat, everybody on the panel, thank y'all. Bless y'all for sticking with us tonight. Thank y'all for the comments in the chat. Y'all on fire. So appreciating the conversation in the chat as well as the conversation on the panel. Y'all right, sometimes we've talked in circles, but at the end of the day, if you're truly listening to the conversation that we're having, hopefully you got some meat from it. In regards to the topic of tonight, I don't remember what it was. Hold on, let me pull it back
Black
up.
men hate black women.
Men, yeah.
Black women, yeah.
Yeah, so we as a people need to do better at being better people. And I mentioned that earlier. To prevent some of these conversations from going in circle, but to also prevent the damage that's been done. So we have to do things better moving forward. That's the purpose of these conversations. How can we help each other do better so we can move better in this new world that we have that we're living in? So yeah, men, protect yourselves at all time. Women, I encourage y'all to do the same. We have to get out of the constant state of fear that we're existing in, but then we also have to open both ears and close that one mouth sometime so we can take in some of the knowledge that's being dropped on some of these panels. So thank you for always having this conversation. You can find me right here on Black Men Unfiltered. And Monday for reactions, Tuesdays Talk That Talk Tuesday. Sometimes I'll jump in on Wednesdays and maybe Thursday tuning in with Coach K and the crew. Yeah, y'all be blessed. I'm gonna keep working.
All right,
family values. My water is almost gone. I'm sick of this.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much, Queen Smiley, man. I appreciate you. Hey guys, if you're here right now, if you hadn't hit the like button, subscribe button, please hit the like button, subscribe button. Also share this content. If you want to give to the channel, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. John the Baptist was the sponsor of the show tonight. He gave $50 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, my guy. And thank everybody else that came in. hit the like button, subscribe button, hit the notification button so you know when we go live. We're on Monday for reactions, Tuesday for Talk That Talk Tuesday. Wednesday, we have a sports show at 7. After that sports show, we go right into Unapologetic with Mandrell and his baby sister Shushu. And then on Thursday, we have a comedy show that's out this world. If you missed it last Thursday, you crazy. It's the Dustosphere. Comes on at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then and then after that, guys, we have the what is it? What's the next one? It's so many. Oh, Get Your Mind Right. There we go. Get Your Mind Right with Coach K and Chef Big Al. They want to get your mind right and get your diet right. So come at Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then on Friday, y'all already know what Friday is. Friday is Barbershop Talk Friday when the guys get together and we shell it out. So thank you guys so much. And we got Tyrus. Tyrus, what are your final thoughts, my guy?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now you are seeing the fundamental difference between people who say things and then people who actually walk that talk. I got married when I was 20 years old. I'm 35 years old now. So I've been at this quite some time. Stuck through marriage, through 2 deployments, moved to 2 different continents, families moved to 2 different continents. Had to fucking fix my own mental health. Still got to deal with that for the rest of my life. But still had to be a husband and a father and hold it down. That way I could give my wife and my kids the best experience possible. But see, the way I was brought up, it's not like a lot of you guys. And you guys are going to hear that. You heard that difference. You heard the difference between the people who actually bought in and are brainwashed into the live to work. I only work to live. You see, at the end of the day, I'm not putting in 60 to 80 hours a week because that only makes me a fucking see my dad, see my kids on the weekends anyway. What am I teaching my children? That what? Dad, the best way for dad to be a father is to never be at home. See how fucked up that message is? I work to live. I don't live to work. What you saw was me. I have a barrier between financials and actual fatherhood, husband. You saw a whole bunch of dudes. Nope, it's intertwined. It's one and the same. And so I want everybody to know, teaching your kids, regardless if they're daughters or sons, financial literacy, that's what that looks like. Having your kids set up so that they don't have to rely on other people, regardless of relationship, structure, spouse, friends, whatever, that's what that looks like. Practicing what you preach, standing 10 toes down on your foundation, and making sure that your kids in America have the best chance to have their cake and eat it too, like this country was designed to be, that's what that looks like. So my final thoughts is, ladies, get you a man who wants to be not just a husband, but a dad. Not a father, a dad. Not just a husband, but your lover. Those are my final thoughts. Have a good night.
All right, Tyrus, appreciate you, my brother. I'll see you tomorrow, right? You be here tomorrow?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't hear no maybe. I'm gonna call your ass. I'm calling you right after this.
Nah, bro, because you called me bros, right? And so we really family now. That means when I jump into Lake Erie and I got like this third arm growing off my fucking rib cage, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna let you.
Absolutely.
Now. We
Absolutely.
bros,
I'm gonna pull your handicap ass out. All right, here we go.
All right, cool.
Hey, brother, have a good night, man. Oh Lord, Heek, what you got? Heek? Go ahead, Heek. I'm gonna let you cook, man.
Fix your face, Heek.
Fix your face, Heek.
Fix your face, Heek.
That dude got a lot of bitch in his blood, baby. He need to go and cut his goddamn wrist. Get some of that bitch up out of his blood.
Damn.
Hey, I'm just being honest, man. I know he's listening because he loves some Heek. Black man, please protect yourself at all times. Because the type of women this dude is talking about raising, they're going to run right over your ass. Because you only making $45,000 to $50,000 and they making 150,000. Shit, you ain't gonna better tell a heifer shit. You ain't gonna better tell her a goddamn thing. Black man, please protect yourself at all times. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Get your mind right. Because if you have to deal with a heifer like that, shit, you're gonna need to be on somebody's goddamn couch or Zoom meeting. Man, get your blood work right. Because if you don't, that heifer gonna give you high blood pressure and your ass gonna be popping pills. Get your colonoscopy right, baby. Because the heifer can't cook, so you're gonna be eating out every goddamn night or door dashing. So make sure your prostate's all the way in order. I promise you. You're going to need every bit of that shit. Hey, man. Y'all keep on being y'all, man. I love everybody on the show, man. Even old word-ass Tyroo.
Say, hey, wait a minute. If he take it to the restaurant, you want her to leave at the restaurant?
Shit. The heifer, the way he talking, that heifer ain't going to make it to the restaurant. I'm gonna tell her, get your ass back in the Uber and go home. You know I ain't gonna get an appetizer for me.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't do it.
Hey man, y'all come check me out in the basement, man.
Go,
I'll be at the basement on Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m., man, Eastern. Check me out at the basement, man. Hit me up on IG at Hink75. Or you can watch me on Lapeef for Sunday, man. I'll be on there on Sunday mornings. 10 Central, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Oh my goodness, dude! Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, brother. Woo! That's my brother Heat, y'all. Lord have mercy. No captivity.
Man, he got me crying over here, man. Man.
Go ahead,
man. Yeah, just listening to Tyrus. It ain't just Tyrus. It's to be honest, there's a lot of guys in these spaces talk like Tyrus, you know, and to me it seems like we've redefined over the years the definition of winning for women. You know, the definition of winning for our grandmother's age was totally different from the definition of winning today for modern women. And when Tyrus speaks, I truly believe he's speaking from the heart. You know, and I truly believe he wants the best for his daughters, right? But just speaking from my experience and women that I know that was raised like that, and this has no bearing on Tyrus, so I hope you don't get offended by this. But most of those women end up being side chicks. And they love it in Sideville. They really do. You know why? Because they don't have to deal with any definite commitment. They don't have to deal with a stand-up dude really, putting his foot down and running his household. You know what I'm saying? And they all got something in common. They want to dictate this and dictate that. You know what I'm saying? They want to dictate who's good for them. They want to dictate. Let me tell you why they like being side chicks. Because they get to they actually tell themselves that woman's husband over there is too good for her. She needs to be with me. He makes $100,000. He need to be with me. She don't know how to handle that dude. He need to be with me. They like to dictate everything, right? They love it in Sideville. They don't like commitments. They don't like to feel like they stuck under this one dude who telling me what to do, telling me to be quiet, telling me he wants something to eat, But this is what I'm saying. We redefine the definition of women. Women, I'm going to say women. The feminist movement has redefined the definition of women, of winning for women. And if they can just get their hair out of that matrix that we've created and understand what it really takes to endure a healthy marriage, right? We would not put so much emphasis, which is still very important. We would not put so much emphasis on finances as if it should be at the top of the food chain. And it seems like it should, because I like money too. I like money. But I'm wise enough to know money is not at the top of the food chain when it comes to cultivating a healthy marriage. I know that. My wife better not ever tell me, oh, I make my own money. If it come to it, I don't need you. The first time she tell me that, man, it over. Man, listen, I can't do nothing with you. You know what I'm saying? So I just encourage Tyrus to understand that we're trying to stop these senseless body counts from happening. This is why women get so miserable as they get older. This is what Kevin Samuels was talking about the whole time. You know what I'm saying? They kept this mind. They thought they knew it all till they got to 38 years old. And now you got about 15 bodies under your belt, and a dude ain't finna take you serious.
Hit that wall.
You don't hit the wall, but you knew it all, and the nigga couldn't tell you shit. But when they get, I'm gonna tell you, the most humblest women I seen is when they get 50 years old, and they don't run on the treadmill no more. They walk real slow. And they be giving dudes the death stare in the gym. Please talk to me. But it's over. It's over. But I want to say I love you guys, and I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. And
all right.
God bless you, Tyru.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, Hink, I mean not Hink, Freezy. If you're not busy tomorrow, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say what the show is gonna be about tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the name of tomorrow's show is gonna be pair bonding.
That's deep right there.
Pair bonding, yeah. We've lost them. We've lost them because of pair bonding, bro. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. Pair bonding does not only affect the females, it affects their offspring, their babies as well. Some babies won't even pair bond with their mom.
That's real. That's a deep subject. And
that's a scientific fact. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get all the scientific facts and these receipts out. So when we have some pushback, we can push the papers forward.
Oh, you know you're gonna get pushback now.
Oh yeah, pair bonding. Yeah. A lot of babies won't even latch on to them because they can't pair bond with them. So this is going to be basically a part 2, because what we talked about tonight, not wanting our daughters to be side chicks or be baby mamas. Imagine your daughter experiencing all those spirits inside of her. A man, see, listen, I'm gonna break down the whole science of a man and where his sperm comes from and how he ejaculates into a woman and how he can leave certain things in his woman and create an aura or a different aura in her life, right? People don't think that sex can change a person's
DNA.
Yeah, it
DNA.
can, bro. It can.
It's
and
real.
So we definitely we're gonna tackle that tomorrow, man. So I'll send you the link, man. Hopefully you can be here, brother.
Oh, I'll be here, bro. I love all y'all, man.
All right, man. Love you too, brother.
Back to you, brother.
Man. All right,
you
man.
might well put both of us on here.
So. Yeah, that's what I was about to do, brother. You took it right out. Come on, twin. We linking up, brother. All right, let me get y'all up here, man. This is What We Know podcast coming up right now. I'm gonna remove myself and DL Saint, and because they are the What We Know podcast, so I'm gonna let them do their thing.
All right, we dynamic duo. What We Know podcast, you dig? Your boy DJ Jig Tight, aka JT.
Your boy Rob.
Hey man, Black man, I wanted to go back because man, damn, it was just so much shit, man. We had a great conversation, but it was so much shit. When we first started talking, and you put that in the chat about the whole thing with the women and men who's more prone to violence.
Yeah. I put it in the chat.
You were absolutely right when you put it in there. It's from a website called SearchGate. And basically what SearchGate does is they compile all the polls from a number of there is a pool of articles that they take it from. And it does say, consistent with prior review, pool prevalence was slightly greater for females compared to males perpetrating physical IPV, more than 1 in 4 for women, 28.3%, and 1 in 5 in men, 21.6%. Now understand, there are more women than it is men, so watch how much that is. It is reported perpetrating physical violence in an intimate relationship. Now, it goes on and on and on, but if you guys want to read more of it, it's from SearchGate. That's one of them. The other one that you were talking about, it was based off of the behavior. That one is from Frontier in the behavior of neuroscience, and they break down the difference. They're talking about how violent women are, but men are more prone to create, violence. So that's what we were talking about before. So and that just goes back to what we were saying earlier. But let me go ahead and get my spiel on it, man. What we're trying to do is we're trying to create a new way or go back to tradition so our new generation could understand tradition. We don't have any tradition for them to look back on. So this is where we're having a problem at. When it comes down to relationships, one of the reasons why I asked Tyrus about that, because on my show, when I asked him, what was it that you experienced about your marriage, about your wife and how she experienced you? How are you going to get your kids to experience the same thing? He had nothing. Nothing. Am I lying, Rob? He had nothing. And I was just asking him, I made it rhetorical. I said, I'm just going to come back to you. Don't even answer it tonight. The problem is that we can't have men that are speaking with their emotions. This shit is never going to go. This is where it goes in a circle and a circle and a circle. You can't tell me, brother, that we had 6 people, 6 men on this platform, and every one of them looked at your answer the way that they looked at it. This was the craziest part. Nobody completely disagreed with you. However, you completely disagree with everything everybody was. That wasn't how these conversations are supposed to go. Matter of fact, and before you even think about us coming at you, no, you put your shit out there. You put your shit out there. I'm going to finish this up. Man, follow us. I mean, Rob, you say it. I'm done, dog. I'm done. I'm finished, man.
Yeah, man. Let me just say a little something. Men and women, man, we gotta do better. Because right now we fuck. All right, but we need to do better, man, because we gotta be better examples, bro. We could say all the good shit all we want. You know, the reason why a black man could speak to his kids how he speak to his kids, the reason why Tyrus could speak to his kids, how he speak to his kids, or how I could speak to my kids, how I speak to my kids, because we are examples in the household, and if we're not that example, when we're trying to tell young people what to do, what they need to do, we're selling them imaginations. It's not based off our experience. So, we got to do better, man. We got to do better because 2023, goddamn it, we having the same damn conversation. And by the time my daughter get my age, I just hope they not having the same conversation. So
we have a conversation about trying to save people. It ain't gonna be on the earth.
But shout out to everybody who was on the panel, man. It's all love, saying we just having a conversation, It's never nothing personal.
For sure.
Follow us at What We Know. On YouTube, we've been killing it with the algorithm, just being consistent. Instagram, What We Know _podcast. We on Apple Music, Spotify, all that good shit. Yeah. We out this motherfucker.
Peace.
Twin.
All right, my boy DL Saint.
Man, them damn Detroit Lions showed me something, boy. Shout out to Detroit. You know what I mean? Shout out to Pittsburgh for having another winning season. They didn't make the playoffs. Well, I'm glad. They got a winning season. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. You know what I mean? I just want to throw that out there real quick. Listen, Brother Taru, shout out to you. I spent tonight I wanted to listen to what was going on, right? You know what I mean? So and Brother Black Man, thanks for always having me on. It's always an honor to be here.
Brother.
You know what I mean? To be amongst everybody. Brother Tarus was on to something. Women are killing it. There's no disputing that. More women are in college. We're doing final thoughts, right?
Yeah, great.
So more women are in college right now than ever before, certainly in the history of America. All women, especially black women. You know what I mean? More people are there. They're coming out. They're earning more money, especially black women. Coming out of college, they're earning more money because, the numbers are out there. You do better if you have a college degree than if you don't, generally speaking. They are killing it. However, this new norm is hurting women, and it keeps us apart. This new norm. You can't have this conversation and not talk about hypergamy. And for y'all guys that don't know what a hypergamy is, it's a dating strategy in which you want to date either across or up, generally up. So you got these women coming out of college, and indeed they are independent, but independent of what? Independent of men. Shout out to Rollo Tomasi. He says this all the time. Women are independent of men. Add in hypergamy, they want the best is out there. We have done an excellent job in the past 20, 30 years, in my opinion, of raising women to be men. This ain't new. This ain't new, y'all. Google it. Y'all all heard of the story of Leonidas and his 300, right? Fighting the Persians. So you had Leonidas and the Spartans fighting the Persians. Y'all know how that story ends. There was another battle during that time frame, and it was on water. And Leonidas is quoted as saying, of course, depends on what translation you look, and you accept. I'm sorry, correction, that was Xerxes. Xerxes said this. And again, it depends on what translation you look at. And he was the king of Persia. Xerxes said that my women are made of men parts and my men are made of women parts, because his most lethal general during that conflict was a female. And he was just saying all the women are strong like men and the men are weak. This was Xerxes. This was Leonidas. This is way back in ancient Greece, right? This ain't new. Women today have become the men they want to marry. Again, shout out to Rollo Tomasi. He says this self all the time. Today's modern woman is making herself into the man she wants to marry. Period. The man she wants to marry does not want to marry another masculine person. He's going to want to marry a feminine person. You can't get away from it, y'all. The yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. We are better together than we are apart. So when you throw in the court system that absolutely punishes men for the most part, absolutely. I don't think anybody will argue with me on that one. Like when you look at how women are going out here and they're smashing everything that they see, and it's like, oh, no consequences. There is consequence to it. This is something that DL Saint says all the time. Plausible deniability only works when there's no proof, people. I'm gonna say that one more time. Plausible deniability. That Bill Clinton shit. I did not have sex with that woman, right? That only works if there's no footage. And what are these young ladies out here doing and these young males out here doing? Putting it on the gram. Every little dirty details out there in the cloud, and it's out there forever. Ladies, if you're doing OnlyFans, I'm here to tell you, you're not going to get a top tier guy. Ladies, if you are one of these Taraji P. Henderson or whatever her name is, or you like the one woman we was talking about, Nia Long, if you're like that, if you want to be independent of man, well, that's exactly what you're going to be. You're going to be independent of men. The last thing I wanted to say, well, two things actually. First thing, where are all the men? Men have been effectively removed from society. A lot of males out there, very few men. And those numbers are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Even if you are a man out there trying to teach young males how to become men, you might find yourself in jail. Shout out to Andrew Tate. Shout out to Tristan Tate. Everybody like, oh, no, they human traffickers and they rapists. I suggest y'all keep watching. They got a hearing tomorrow. Them boys going to be out real soon, right? If you even go as far as what Brother Black Man is doing and you trying to teach these young men how to be, these young males how to be men, you could be putting yourself in harm's way. So I always say this when I send out my super chats and stuff like that, keep leading from the front. Black man, keep leading from the front. Because the rounds is coming, they coming in hot and heavy, man. Keep leading from the front because these conversations need to happen. The final thing I want to say, listen to Brother Tarus, that's my brother. You know what I mean? Sorry the Browns lost, but not really sorry. Not really. I'm glad y'all beat the Ravens for me, but you know, the rest of those games, man, forget y'all. Here's the last thing I wanted to say. Brother Tarus was saying he don't know any of these women like this. These women who go out here doing this stuff, these independent women who having kids by all these different guys, and he ain't never seen this. These nasty, mean, aggressive women. He ain't seen none, and he ain't seen, I guess, these, you know, all he's seen is these horrible dudes. Well, I want to just say this to you, brother. If you want to see a lion and you live in the city, you go to the zoo. If you want to see these type women we talking about, just go down to the local family court. Have a seat in there for about 15, 25 minutes. You'll see them. Have yourself a nice little urban safari, bro. You know what I mean? Because they in there. Wreck lives because they can. You know what I mean? So I'm DL Saint. I'm the host of DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. Y'all can catch me on YouTube, man. And it's DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I also do, under the same umbrella, I do another show where we cover mostly political stuff, and that's called Downrange Podcast. We talk about all things political on that. Again, Brother Black Man, thanks for having me, man. I love being a part of this. I really do, y'all. This is, for me, it's much needed oxygen. You know what I mean? Because we all getting beat up by something. And because I can see all these great men and women on this platform who going through things and still can get up and be here and have these conversations and open themselves up like Brother Tarus, you know what I mean? And come in hard like Brother Hank, you know what I mean? And be wise like JT and Rob and come in like Freezy, you know what I'm saying? Just keeping it 100, you know what I mean? And being an open book like Brother Black Man, I keep mentioning him, and Queen Smile and everybody else. You know what I mean? Thank y'all so much for welcoming me into this clan. I really enjoy it. I don't take it lightly. And if there's anything I can do for any of y'all, all y'all got to do is hit me up. You can catch me on Instagram. I Really Want to Know podcast, all one word. That'll take you right to my Instagram. Please, please hit me up. I look forward to talking to y'all. I look forward to interacting with all y'all. Stay black. I'm out of here.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man, that was a great show tonight, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking around, listening to Final Thoughts, guys. This has, again, been a great show. Tomorrow, we'll be discussing pair bonding, right? These conversations, I know a lot of people say these are circular conversations, and they are at times. However, these are conversations that nobody else is having. And when you don't have a solution to a conversation, and the solution, you can't see the horizon of the solution, then you continue to have the conversations. The government continues to have conversations. If they had all the solutions, there would be no meeting of senators and congressmen, because they still have to come back to the board and reevaluate and put things back out there. So guys, things are changing every day. Today we may talk about something, have a solution today. Tomorrow we get up, times and situations have changed where we have to reevaluate, jump back into that thing again and reevaluate it. So we're having these conversations. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about everything. And so pair bonding is a very deep one. Tomorrow's going to be a very deep conversation again. Yes, we will bump heads, but at the end of the day, Tyrus is my brother. All right. At the end of the day, JT is my brother. DL Saint, brother. Dusto, Rob, Mandrell, Queen Smiley is my sister. Coach K, my sister in this thing tonight. Lady Di, all the people that was on the panel tonight. Illuminated Revelation, Hank, all you guys, man. This is family, guys. And so the people you see on the panel, they have their perspective. And yes, it's going to get heated sometimes. But when we cool back down, man, we hug it out and we keep moving forward. Ain't no beefing over here on Black Men Unfiltered Network. We all family here. So I want to say shout out to my brother Tyrus. Shout out to JT, DL Saint, Dusto, Rob, Mandrell, Queen Smiley, Hank, Illuminated Revelation, my boy Freezy, my lady Di. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to her channel as well. And that's it for tonight, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have not hit the like button and subscribe button, go ahead and hit that, because it's important that we do that to keep the channel just moving in the right direction. But again, tomorrow we're talking about pair bonding, guys. It's gonna get deep tomorrow. It's gonna get deep tomorrow. So thank you guys for being here. And we'll see you tomorrow. We out this thing. Hey, listen, it's 31 people watching. Listen, everybody give $1. And so I can get his money to Mandriel. He trying to buy a step stool.